late. It's too late to get a
So
dust
it's
ball.
too late. It's
That's
too
yeah.
late.
Hi. How you doing, everybody?
I'm gonna
Welcome
make a
back to
Zoom
another
background
Wednesday
of
night.
dust.
Welcome back to another Wednesday night on the High Shelf Gaming Channel. Where we are 100% coordinated right out of the
Yeah,
gate.
we,
That's
we really
Yes.
struggled this week to get started. I don't know what it was.
You know what it is? It's like week 10 or whatever of this crisis. We're all a little fucked up.
Yeah, we're
Honestly.
just a little.
Did anybody figure out what today was?
What is today
what
on
is
our
the
little?
what is the
it's
Legend
it's
Keeper
it's
say?
like the Munters Day of
I
Marpril.
will generate
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you.
Hold on. My wife
You're
informs me that
allowed
it's
to
actually
click
been 20
reroll.
years.
It makes no sense. Yeah.
It didn't. Tudness Day.
Tudness Day.
Okay.
Tudness
All right.
Goodness day.
It's Goodness Day.
Yeah, here at High Shelf Gaming, we have a day, a random day maker, because the days are very weird for us right now.
Yeah.
My favorite one I got was Sadness Day,
Sadness Day on Monday was great. Mhm.
but with only one S. Or no, two S's, I guess.
Yeah, the first one, and
Just
then
not
The
together.
first
right?
one
Like-
and then one at the end. Yeah, not
Yeah.
the two that go together normally.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Uh-huh.
this is good.
Yeah, someday we should just do one where we do a stream and just walk through like Legend Keeper to actually show it off because we've never actually done that, and all the time saying Legend
Should.
Keeper is so rad, then we'd be able to like
Yeah.
show it and
You
like
know
what we
here's
could
the
do?
generator that does a thing. Yeah.
Actually, because all of us have games we run in Legend Keeper, we could like record a video for YouTube and be like, here's 4 or 5 GMs that are using Legend Keeper. Here's how we're all using it, and just do a tour of our own games. I think people would dig on that.
That would
you
be
know?
good. Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll do that at some point.
Hi Twitch, welcome to our brainstorming session.
Yes, that's right. Where we're actually going to be playing Blades in the Dark here in just a second.
I know it says
Some
tabletop
point tonight.
RPGs, but we're just
It's
chatting.
more tabletop RPG adjacent. Yeah. That's,
Yeah. So, should we go through the announcements real quick and then?
yes, we should absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey everyone, welcome. This is High Shelf Gaming. I'm David. I'm one of the creators of High Shelf Gaming. Everyone else in this game is a avid member of the community. Running the game for us tonight is Michael, who is our GM. Mike, thanks so much. And Blades in the Dark is a game of scalawags and villainy in some sort of like crazy dark place with demons and electricity walls, and whenever you die, your ghost comes back to terrorize the neighborhood. So there's like people who take care of that. Anyways,
vampires steal corpses.
yes. Oh
Yes.
yeah. Ooh, so creepy.
Good times. Good times.
So
Yes. Yeah.
High Shelf Gaming, if you don't know or already know, is a podcast. We come out now every other week because I'm crazy busy and COVID and all that stuff. But once we can, we're going to get back to a weekly schedule. The next episode coming out is all about player character death. And Katrina here helped us make that episode because out of all the High Shelf Gaming contributors and all the role-playing games that we've ever done, Katrina, you've died the most.
I have. Yay.
An achievement to
real,
be proud
though.
of.
I think I died
Thanks.
4 times in Rich's game and 1 time in David's game.
That's right.
far.
That's right.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for
Well, now I feel obligated to.
I love making new characters.
That's right. That's right. So,
was
so
my
yeah,
reputation.
you had a lot to contribute to that episode, which was fantastic. So that'll be the next one coming out. Hopefully this week. If not, it'll be next week. But as soon as I can get it done, it's coming out. We also have a bunch of other stuff that we're doing, more streams. So after this one, we have this Saturday, we may or may not be doing a stream. The deal is that the folks who make Super Robo Rally, which is a Lego Mindstorms powered board game. So think old school Robo Rally by the same guy who made Magic the Gathering. He made this awesome board game about robots. And this genius dude, Steve, went off and made it happen in Lego Mindstorms. And it's this like crazy thing where these bots like run along doing a board game. So we're going to do that on Saturday as like definitely as an HSG event. So the HSG community is all invited to come and play. But if I can figure out the technicals of beaming into Steve's house where he's got a bunch of cameras and all of his heads up stuff, if I can figure out a way to stream that, we're going to stream it. If I can't, then it's going to be an HSG private game. And then on Monday, we play Tales from the Loop, run by Katrina. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that is, 80s kids on bike style stuff where they're off going and doing an adventure. It's like a post-apocalyptic thing.
Not to be confused with kids on bikes. We're not
Yeah.
playing that game.
Yep.
Correct. But there are
There are kids.
children.
They do have
there are
bikes
bicycles.
yeah, and there are
Yeah.
skateboards.
and skateboards and
Yeah.
scooters
And scooters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and hippies.
And not so much
And large floppy
post-apocalyptic,
hats. Yes.
but just an alternate 80s.
Alternate 80s. Okay.
With some
More sci-fi.
additional technology. Yeah.
All the art looks so apocalyptic though, with like big robots and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. And the art is super amazing. Speaking
The
of all
art
that,
came before the game, I'm pretty sure.
there's a
Yeah.
Kickstarter for the Tales from the Loop board game going on right now.
Oh,
Yep.
that is awesome.
And-
Yeah, Tales from the Loop has its own show now.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. That's so cool.
I did just get an email about Twitch watch parties.
Yeah, I
And
want to do a
it
Twitch watch party. one day.
and it does the whole like Amazon Prime library, and Tales from the Loop is an Amazon
Oh.
Prime series.
Oh dang, we could do
So
that.
like could totally just, if we don't feel like playing one Monday, we can just pop that up there. And
We could do it on a Tuesday. We're currently
do it on
Tuesday
Tuesday.
evenings are open.
We have several open evenings, I think. But
we do.
at least
Tuesday,
for the moment, until we start making Ethan start running stuff on like all the other nights. So it's.
That's right.
got
I'm
time
just
for that.
coming.
I'm gonna keep
I'm-
volunteering you for it every session. so
I'm
it's-
not working on a PhD or anything. I got time. I will have
Mike,
time after the semester.
You are running Vert Games, yes?
I am playing Vert Games on the Raven Desk Games channel. They're actually the publishers of Vert, the tabletop RPG, based on the novels from the 90s of hallucinatory dream punk, I think is how they try to call it.
Huh.
But the game is actually run by the main author, and one of these like assisting authors of the game is another player.
Awesome.
So the biggest possible Vert obsessive nerd you could find is the one who runs the game for us. And we just
He wrote the book. He should know the stuff.
he should,
Yeah.
right?
He
Like,
should
That's awesome.
be able
That's
to do-
awesome.
Um,
And then, sorry, was there another announcement, Mike? It looked like you had a thing.
no, kind of rolling off that one as Isolacon is an online convention this coming weekend. And he's actually running some Vert games for that also, but there's a whole bunch of people running all kinds of different stuff, and we can stick their link in chat. And I think it's free to play, but they request people make donations. They're gathering money for the RPG Creators Relief Fund. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Isolacon or something like that. Basically, we're all isolated, so we're doing a convention, an online convention, which is great. I think it's really nice, and I think they're organizing the whole thing through Facebook, right?
yeah, they have like an events page, and their Facebook page has an events page, and all their sessions are listed there because they've got
Okay.
games that are going on, and they've got some people who are doing like just like panel streams.
Yeah.
Like the guys who run the Cypher Unlimited Discord are doing one, and there's a bunch of other people who are just doing like presentation type stuff. And
That's
I think
awesome.
they're doing a virtual vendor hall kind of deal too.
Gotcha. And then last thing that we are running here at High Shelf Gaming is on May 1st. We're going to be doing a big charity stream, which is going to be our first. I'm super excited for that. It's on May Day, which May 1st is May Day for all the people who play Traveler RPG. And so Traveler is like a space opera RPG. Patrick Canoose, who has been a contributor of the show before for the podcast, he's run a bunch of games with us for Gen Con and all that kind of stuff. He loves Traveler, knows it inside and out, and he's going to be running a murder mystery on stream to help raise a bunch of funds for the Carcinoid Foundation, which is a very often missed form of cancer. It like shows up as other things, so it gets misdiagnosed all the time, and then people find out like 3 years later that, oh, actually you have cancer. Sorry, you have other things. And so we're doing this to kind of raise awareness about carcinoid, to like let people know, hey, these are some of the signs of carcinoid, but also we want to raise some funds for the foundation. So show up. We have tons of stuff we're giving away, like books and dice and more dice, and like subscriptions to Roll20 and coupons for, or gift certificates for Drive-Thru RPG, and just tons of stuff like tokens and all kinds of things we're giving away. Like we gathered in like way more stuff than we really deserve because we're like a small outfit, but it's going to be awesome because it's like signed books from the creator of Traveler and all kinds of stuff. Like I'm really excited to give all this stuff away, and hopefully gain a bunch of funds for the foundation while we do that. So that'll happen May 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be a really fun time. I can't wait because Patrick runs an awesome game.
Nice.
I think those are all my announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good.
That's everybody.
So
we did it, guys.
we
We
did
made
it. We did
All
all
right.
the announcements.
Hey,
Yes.
thanks everybody for
By
coming out. It's been a good
7:30.
stream. We'll see you
Right.
next week. Yeah.
Mike, I'm going to turn it over to you to actually get us rolling into this game.
Oh,
It is.
we're
It
gonna
does feel
play a
like rolling.
game.
It feels like skidding into the game. It's
That's
just
right.
We're just sliding sideways into that parking space with an extra inch of space on each end. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So, hey everybody, welcome back out. We're playing Blades in the Dark again. Blades in the Dark is sort of like being criminals in a mix of Victorian London and Prague, and it's such a great book. Quick, everybody, book check. Oh, that's
Failed the book
I have
check.
the PDF about the PDF. That's awesome.
that's not the same thing. No. It's okay. I've got 2 more copies on the shelf over there, so that it all balances out. It all, we have the right number of books. It's like, I have every print option, so yeah, it's nice. Yes. So everybody's a scoundrel. We're all members of a crew called the Faceless, a crew of shadows. We're spies and saboteurs. Tend to hide behind masks. Shocker, being faceless.
Yes.
Yes, in a city that's sort of Victorian-esque, in a world that once upon a time was a land of fantasy and adventure until, like, those big epic quests to, like, stop the gods from destroying the Gate of Death? Somebody failed one of those. So, big cataclysm, sun goes out, always dark out, ghosts can never go anywhere, so the world is filled with, like, these sort of feral, life-draining ghosts after everybody dies. It's a good time. It's a party. It's fun.
I never thought of it like that before, like someone not completing their quest, and that is
So it's
like,
not.
I-
It's not. It's
I know
never
it's not
addressed.
that, but
It's
awesome.
never. Yeah, it's never addressed in the book. But John Harper, the author, has talked before about how Blades came out as the aftermath of a campaign he ran of a game called World of Dungeons, which is a minimal hack of Dungeon World that he wrote. But that at the end of the campaign, it came down to 2 characters with conflicting aims, who both had this ability that said, "You go first." And at the last second, like the last possible thing, like the one who went first, there was one guy who was trying to destroy the Gates of Death, and there was one guy who was trying to stop him. And the guy who was trying to stop him went first, and he stabbed him, and he rolled his damage, and the other guy had 1 hit point left. So he still destroyed the Gates of Death, and like, well, next campaign, what do we want to do? So this 1,000 years later,
That
and you end up with this.
That's
Love
awesome.
it.
that's
Love it.
amazing.
That's awesome.
It's the hidden lore.
Yeah.
Where's Connor when we need him?
Yes.
Connor, write that down.
Connor would love it. Just put it in a scroll or something and hide it.
So yes, now that it is like 867, I think, years since the Cataclysm, and the immortal emperor who rules from his throne in the Imperial City developed the lightning wall technology to keep ghosts from overrunning the cities everywhere. Everybody here lives in the city of Duskfall, a former mining town before the Cataclysm, and now it's the head of all the demon whaling fleets that go out and hunt the big squid demon whales for their blood. And yeah, big divide between the rich and the poor. So y'all are poor and trying to get rich.
Yes.
By any means necessary.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll run around the edge here and have everybody introduce your characters, and I will try to fight the urge to point at people, which is always the wrong direction. So Katrina, can you tell us about Maribel?
Yeah, Maribel is a slide. She's a well-to-do lady that likes secrets, especially yours.
Nice.
Yes.
Ethan, you want to tell us about Demas?
Yes, Demas. He's the spider playbook. He has plans. He makes them frequently, and they always go great. I don't like the analog I just drew there between a certain political figure, but no, Demas is great. He likes conspiracy, and he's not a big fan of what the Empire did to his home country. So
His hair is
we're
always
working on
great.
that.
He's got this cool
Yeah.
spider motif going on. We
Yeah,
all love it.
I just leaned into it. I was like, it's right there on the playbook. Let's just lean in. Why not? I need to get better at those character introductions. I guess I don't know enough about my character.
And last but not least for tonight, we have Ohm.
Oh yeah,
David.
Yeah, Empty Ohm is my character. The Leech playbook, so the Saboteur and the Tinkerer out of the game. Empty Ohm is Taikarosi, so he's part demon. Or they, my apologies, are part demon. And Empty is a bit aloof, bit enigmatic, and is focused on making our patron happy. So out of our crew, we are well funded by an interested party, which means that if Empty doesn't perform and get progress on our big project, the money just doesn't stop. It goes the other way. They do a clawback, and it ain't for money. So Empty is trying to avoid that fate by doing whatever the patron wants us to do. And so that's Empty's lot in life right now.
We all
See, that was
Empty.
bitchin'.
We all
That was
protect
bitchin'
Empty
character
because
intro.
we love him so much.
Yes, and unfortunately unable to join us tonight is Casey, who usually plays Griffith the Hound, our Taikarosi hunting dude who is kind of like the big shark guy with like the multi-headed demon dog pet.
In the teeth.
Somebody's got to walk him tonight.
Yeah.
Ohm still has
Empty will
downtime
do it with like
actions,
two fingers holding onto the leash. And it's like the dog runs away. It's like, oh no, it ran away. It'll come back, I'm sure.
We'll just give service to Maisley for the night, wherever the hell Maisley's at. They can hang out together.
We haven't seen Maisley. I've seen Maisley most recently, and I was tripping.
Yeah. Although I think last time,
yet.
I was gonna say, I think last time, she is not dead yet. We know
yet.
that much. But like last time, like you still have one of those like unbreakable curse tattoos from her that had like I think we said it had like a snake that had appeared in it now. So the kind of thing that usually doesn't show up in those for you. But
it's my favorite kind of thing that happens in a role-playing game where I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate it a lot, but I love it a lot at the same time. It's both. It's both at once. That's awesome. I hate it.
It's author stance.
Mm-hmm.
There was a thing where people talk about the stances you take when you're playing your character, and author stance is like when your character does the thing that's not necessarily like, this is what my character would do, but it's the thing that's like, this is going to make the most interesting situation.
Yeah.
I think a nice crash course on stances is healthy for any RPG player. Because it lets you know what the stuff that you already do and why.
Yeah. Always a good time.
So now we know what Ethan's first podcast episode of HSG is supposed to be.
Stop volunteering me for things.
We should do it.
This always happens.
You have to talk about RPG stances, and then you have to go into every Forged in the Dark game.
I mean, I'm like halfway there, I think. I own most of them now.
That's good. That's real good. Actually, it'd be super dope if you knew a D&D setting inside and out and wanted to talk at length about said setting.
See, I don't even. Nope. I don't even like using.
Not even like the Critical Role setting. None of them.
I could talk about that one. Connor would be better at talking about that one, though. I will say.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know. He's done module conversions into that setting from Forgotten Realms to the. Connor's great. You guys should look him up.
Connor is great. We love you, Connor.
He's great.
Wolf 1201. Just look him up.
That's right.
Zorn might be good to talk to about Dragonlance. If you haven't talked to anybody about
Oh yeah,
Dragonlance,
yeah. He's on my
tapes.
list. He's on my list for show because Dragonlance is an oldie and a goldie, and he knows the whole thing
Oh yeah,
And
crazy well.
and Mike can talk about it's not Ravenloft, but Curse of
don't
Strahd.
don't. That's it. Stream's over. I'm out.
Like,
Oh god.
Oh, it's good.
we are so off the rails tonight, y'all. But I
Yeah,
like
we-
it. I love it.
40 minutes in, how we started.
I punch him.
All right.
It's Dick
Done.
Dust.
He's huge. It's a desperate position.
Yeah.
You're already standing 2 steps down. It's limited effect. Go for it. Like see what happens.
Sweet,
Like,
sweet experience point. Do I die from this? No, good.
You were the
Maybe.
chosen one.
Um, yeah, so I think Griffith is probably lying out for that reason. Like Griffith is still really beat up. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about
he is
he's
laying
messed up.
low.
Real bad.
And one of the more brutal parts of Blades is trying to heal. So he is
Mhm.
tried to get better and didn't. So he
It
is still
lingers.
heavily messed up. Yeah.
He's also trying to figure out where he's going to put a unicorn.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know.
so as a physiker, can I help him?
You did.
Oh,
last
okay.
last time, instead of saying like, he's gonna go and he's gonna find Melver at Melver's place, it was like, no, Ohm comes and help, but
Right.
when he rolled for that, it rolled really low, and so we kind of said it like, Ohm is still also messed up from like he tried to blow dust into Bassobaz's face, and got a snoot full of it himself. So he's like, I think this is. Hold on a second, and like kind of like keeled over to the side, kind of deal, like so.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
it was not
Poor
as helpful as it could have been.
Ohm tried to be brave, and it did not work out for Ohm. Guess how many times Ohm's going to be brave in the future?
6.
The dice
6?
giveth, the dice taketh away.
You think I don't listen? You think I don't learn?
By the
Also-
time this is over, 6 times will he be brave.
Dave, did we tell you that Clev was really hurt? Like, and we went and saw him, and he was like super hurt.
Yeah, my Lyra
Yeah, he was like
Oh,
heavily
no.
wounded.
not
Oh,
able
no.
to walk at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
apparently.
had like a
Had-
really bad like
Yeah, they had him covered in a
injury,
blanket
I
and had
guess,
like
yeah.
a bunch of blood from his kind of gut there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We offered to help them, but they're kind of not looking to necessarily hire. Like they got their own stuff to handle, which means we have time to do things like, get drug dealers out of our neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. Let's expand our bit a little bit and defend what we got. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So last time you went and visited Mylara Clev, who's pretty badly wounded. The whole northeast section of northeast portion of Crow's Foot is still on fire. So that's cool.
It's on the other side of us.
Yeah.
We're good.
And then you went and you spent a bunch of time down at Keller's, hanging out with like Ulf Ironborn and his friend Lucella and Harker, I think.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Harker. Yep.
Oh yeah,
He's-
he was that's
Yes,
we
Harker.
talked again.
We got drinks at the place where or Demas goes and gets beat up at.
That's where I go fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where Fight Club is.
We went to
don't
Fight
talk
Club.
about it.
Yes.
Don't talk about
So everybody else did their downtime actions, and we did spend some time seeing what all was going on around the neighborhood, what all was going on in Crow's Foot. There's stuff on fire. There is Brill, who's a drug dealer, who is like Maribel's rival, her nemesis.
Yes.
Nemesis. He's been actually like he used to sell crappy drugs in the neighborhood that's like over by the orphanage, and lately he's been selling something that's like way more expensive and like hiding out in a cellar of a building that's actually in your hunting grounds.
Like a couple
So-
problems there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that's why our stream's named the way it is. If you guys hadn't figured it out yet
Yeah.
from like our 40 minutes of rambling,
Hey,
that's
come on.
that's the shtick.
I'm into it.
So yeah, but That said, Ohm did not get to take his downtime actions, so Ohm still has some downtime to be done before we try to figure out where all we're going to head here.
We get
Okay.
downtime.
So I have 2 downtime actions, yes?
Yes. You get 2. If you want to take more than 2, you can buy them by using coin.
Okay. I think I would very much like to try and heal first.
Okay.
Because I got a lot of smack up on my face, and I want to get less smack up on my face. With
Good
my
luck.
dislocated shoulder and my seeing visions from all the hallucinogens I took.
What level harm is the seeing visions?
2.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, you've got
that's gonna
two
hang
two
around.
level
though.
2 and 1 level 1. So
Yeah.
You need a crit on this roll, my dude.
2 level 2 and oh my
That's
gosh.
your only hope to get rid of anything.
This is why
Or roll a 6 and pay money.
knowledge of anatomy.
Can
Sorry,
you buy
I
can you
was
buy 2 upgrades on your result?
yeah. You can
Okay.
keep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's another coin for every tick that you
Gotcha.
turn it up.
So if you're ready, if you're willing to spend the money, you can fix things up.
Yeah, I might have to. I've got a lot of coin, and I've got coin going into my stash, so I feel like I am flush, so I ought to be doing something with that resource. So,
Okay.
what do I need to roll in order to heal up?
So it looks like it would be you may study a malady or corpse, but it does say you can tinker with blood, bones, and bodily humors to treat wounds or stabilize dying. So you would roll tinker plus 1d.
So tinker with an extra die.
I don't know. You can tinker with bones, blood, and bodily humors to treat wounds or stabilize the dying. You may study a malady or corpse. Everyone in your crew, including you, gets plus 1d to their healing treatment rolls. So there is
So I'm just gonna do my healing.
downtime. Payoff.
Dang.
There is save the school downtime. Okay, so pages stick together. Heat. Prison claims not yet. Entanglement. Downtime activities. Recover. If you don't have a contact or fellow PC who can help. You may heal yourself if you have the physical or special ability, but you take 2 stress when you do so.
It should be
You
empty
have
on stress.
I'm pretty low on stress. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should
But
be
still,
straight empty because you got a trauma.
I got 1 stress. Because after I got my
Oh,
trauma,
that's right.
I still took more.
Perfect.
All right.
y'all.
So healing. I'm gonna take 2 stress. And I'm gonna physical myself.
Yes.
All right, and I'm rolling a healing check, not a tinker check.
Well, it's a healing. Your healer rolls Tinker for a PC with the physical or special ability, or the quality level of an NPC. So you would roll Tinker to determine the outcome.
Yes, I
With
love
an
it.
extra die.
All right, so what is my position? Controlled?
We don't really. It doesn't matter for
It's like a
Doesn't
fortune
matter.
roll.
All
yeah
right,
for
cool, yeah.
downtime it doesn't really dig into that.
All right, cool. Smooth. Standard effect.
Yes.
Okay. Bonus die plus 1 die. I'm rolling a lot of die for this. Yeah, I
Yeah,
give him a roll.
that gives you 4 dice. Yeah.
Ooh,
Four
it's
bangers
the
here.
most that like any of us have rolled.
That should be able to get like
Mm.
a partial
coin.
success. Okay.
2 coin to heal.
Yeah, so
So
a partial success there with the 4
so
gives you
I
2
could
ticks on the
spend.
clock.
Yeah, I could spend 2 more to fill up the clock, right? I could
2
spend 2
more
coin.
will fill up the clock and leave you with 1 left over.
1 left over.
Yeah.
But I think it's
It
like
gives you
you
5.
have to do.
Yeah, because that would upgrade you from a partial hit to a crit, and a crit is 5 ticks on the clock.
Okay.
It just seems so weird to me because like if you don't succeed on it,
All right.
and then
I'm
you
gonna do
spend
it.
money on it, you're still not getting the whole. I
You're
don't
not
like it.
supposed. I think the design philosophy, as far as I can tell, is that you're not like even a success is not enough to remove any wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got to even then you have to pay if you want your wounds gone now.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be difficult.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to spend the 2 coin. That's going to fill up my clock.
Yeah, you'll have
And I'm
one
gonna
tick
get-
left on it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So scared comes off the bottom.
All right. So just delete it.
Yep.
Sweet.
And then the other two, let's bring. Okay, the idea is that the other ones tick down a notch. So dislocated shoulder is now like, it's still a shoulder and it hurts, but it's not totally out of socket kind of deal. Like
It's like
still,
sprained.
yeah, it's sprained, but it's not shattered kind of deal.
Okay. And that goes down into less effect.
That goes
down
into level 1 harm, yeah.
Okay.
And
And
then
seeing
I think,
visions is like blurry vision or something like that.
yeah, it's like, like glowing floaters or something like that you keep seeing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Seeing stars.
Good one. Yep.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Cool. Yeah. So empty is doing okay. So we get two actions. That was my one.
Yeah, that was one.
Okay.
Does harm stack if you have two in the same category?
No, if you
Instead of-
have one level 1 or 2 level 1s, you're still just getting like one
Okay.
reduced effect.
Cool.
But if you have level 1 and level 1 and level 1 is filled, and then you take another level 1, it's now level 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So good times. For my next act, I would very much like to progress on our clock of getting the masks done now that I have
Okay.
a workshop and all of that stuff.
Yeah, let me pop this over there to take a look at what was there. Because we had some kind of like, broad areas of, conceptual stuff. But yeah, if you can describe a scene how you're doing something to advance that action
Yeah.
or that
so I-
clock, then we get to roll the action and build things up.
So I feel like now that the workshop is back in place and Ohm is able to do real work, not just design work, but actually, applying all of these technologies and all of these arcane knowledges to these masks, he probably has a bit of old demon blood that he's been holding on to, and he's using that in a spark crafty way of making it so that the mask can be placed on someone and begin to absorb or imprint their face into the mask, so the mask can learn their face and be keyed to their face in some way. And so yeah, I think that's what he's doing is working out, where it needs to pool, where it needs to gather, what runes need to be filled with it, and how to structurally keep all this technology going together.
Cool.
So it probably stinks, and he's probably like boiling something on a in a beaker, and it like fills the whole room with this sulfur smell and all that kind of stuff.
Damn it, we told you to close the door.
Yeah.
There's this cloud of black smoke and we can see like stars in it, and I swear it blinked at me. But
Yeah.
I need the ventilation, otherwise I pass out. So please bear with me.
And we put the workshop on like an outside room.
Ohm wakes up the next day, everything's been shoddily moved to the next room, nothing's organized. He has to start all over.
Sorry.
They're
Yeah,
outside like sawing out more windows from the sidewall. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So is that just a straight tinker roll, or is it just we just advance the downtime clock in some way?
Well, we make the tinker roll to find out how far we advance the downtime clock.
Okay, cool.
Or the project clock.
Yep. Controlled, standard effect. I'm an artificer, so Oh, okay. I get a +1 result on the roll.
Right.
Okay. All right. Excellent. I think that's it. I don't think I need to do any more bonusy die stuff. I think I'm just going to roll my straight tinker here. Hey,
Nice.
there we
What do we
go.
even do with that? If you get
There we go.
+1 result on a crit?
Yeah,
Mega
that
crit.
gives you.
Clock. Fill that
I
clock.
heal my wounds while I do this. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the entire load
Yes.
faces mask. The other things that, like, for when I had thought of it before, it's like the next step after that is like, teaching it to change faces or figuring out how to like associate a mask with like an item. So like, yeah, whoever has this thing in the marketplace, when we go to talk to them, it'll show like, an angry raven or something, and that's how they know that they're here to talk to us.
Right.
Is there one of those that you would prefer other ticks to go on to?
I think that the next thing for the mask to do would be ideally changing faces, because that's really going to amp up what we can get away with when we're
Yeah.
able to actually like display ourselves as others. Like that's gonna be good. That's gonna be
Yeah.
real good.
It's like it was a guy, he was wearing a mask and it looked like a harlequin, and then like, tink, nope, mine looks
Your
like
s-
an angry
your,
leprechaun or something. Yeah.
your slide agrees so much. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ohm probably has his own face, or their own face imprinted on the mask that they've been working on.
Mhm.
And like the eureka moment is like getting it to ink out and go black again, and then call into the room where the others are and say, Maribel, Demas, do either of you have the stomach for an experiment?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Because you said it first, Demas, will you come here? Maribel, shut your eyes.
Oh, good.
And then there's a moment where Empty is getting the mask laid out, and it's in this like nice silken thing, and he unravels it, opens it, and then like and kind of approaches Demas with the mask and says, this is the normal mask. Not much has changed, but I believe I have loaded a face into the mask, and I'm curious its effect when it's not on me. So I just want to make sure that everything still works when it's on you. So if you would please place it on your face, and I'll tie it off in the back.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. And while Demas is doing that, he's tying those special silken ribbons with the blood opals and all that kind of stuff.
The hemocyte buttons.
Yeah, the hemocyte buttons and all that kind of stuff. And he says, I don't know if this will tingle for you or not, but here we go. and then he slides the activator or whatever it is for his face to then appear in the mask.
Yeah, so everybody's there, and Demas like puts the thing on, and it goes from being,
yes,
it goes like totally black, and then it kind of like ripples over the surface, like when you see the people who mix like oil with like iron shavings and it makes like black liquid, but when you run a magnet underneath, it like does that like weird like spiky thing.
Yeah,
It does that over the surface, and then like it looks like Ohm, or like kind of like almost like a cartoony like image, flattish kind of image of Ohm, right? Like it's not like the live living face of Ohm. It's a static thing of Ohm.
Right. Yeah. It's obvious that it's my likeness, but it's obviously not me for anybody who's close, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like you could definitely like, this is an image, and like if somebody's like looking for like, oh, look for the guy with like the silver face, like definitely like the thing, but it's like you're not going to pass for another person.
Right. But it's also not like cartoony, like we're suddenly in Borderlands or something like that with like thick outlines or anything silly like that. Okay. Cool. All right. Then Empty will kind of grab very gently grab Demas by the shoulders and turn Demas so he's facing Maribel. And then Empty will stand next to Demas and says, Maribel, please open your eyes.
Did it work?
I think so, yes. But we will see if she knows which one is which.
I take a moment to
Yes. Which one of us is which?
Our heights have not changed at all.
Nope. Nothing else has changed. That is very good work.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm most impressed.
It is a wonderful job. I am very impressed. I can tell that you are and that is Demas. But
Who? Me?
one
I'm
day
shocked.
we'll have the voice technology down. I am sure that will be wonderful as well. It is great. It is great work.
Good. When you are all ready, I can perform the similar ritual for your own likenesses, so that when we choose to, we may display our faces. And one day, maybe we can make it so that you display another's face or likeness.
Fantastic. Great work.
Excellent.
I feel very close to this one as well. I think today was a good day. So thank you so much for bringing the shop back to life and providing me with the supplies I needed. This is a monumental moment for us.
Yes, we are very excited for your work.
And Empty very gingerly takes the mask off of Demas, and
I think as you do that, and you're unbuttoning in the back, it's only facing the side that Maribel can see, but there's this high-pitched sort of screeching noise for a second, and it does the thing, and then it's Maribel sees it do it goes totally black, and then white eyes open up, and it gets a big grin for a second, and then it does the whole thing again, and it just goes back to being black and neutral and dead.
Maribel is definitely making a face when Demas is revealed, because that was creepy as shit.
Is there something on my face?
Oh yes, my apologies. There's a bit of looks like some flecks of demon blood, and Empty will reach in and clean Demas's face.
This is normal. This is things that coworkers do. Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
My apologies. Yes, you may want to go look in a mirror, make sure I got everything.
He doesn't go full mom and let me fix your hair.
Yeah, no.
Hey, don't touch your face. Don't do that. Wash your hands. Get some hand sanitizer. What are you doing?
I just washed my hands. I haven't been to touch anything that hasn't already been in the house for at least 48 hours.
Look, this demon blood is going to give us something way worse. All right.
Now I'm paranoid about it. I'm going to go gargle some hand sanitizer.
Should the insides clean too.
Yes.
That's what.
So only Maribel saw the face.
Yeah, can I get clarification?
It made a noise that everybody heard, but only Maribel was there on the visible side of what the hell just happened.
Awesome.
I thought that we're using the masks that we're creating to present one way to certain people, right? So that we have when we're the faceless, the masks show a certain way to people. And when we're not, I'm unsure of why they need to look like us.
So what I'm working on is masks that can present in different ways. And the first thing that I was doing was making sure that it could do a likeness at all.
Okay.
And so I figured out how to get my likeness into the mask. And then now I'd be able to get someone else's likeness into their own masks. But the next thing is to make it so that your mask could go from likeness to likeness. And down the road, we could do things like, voice changing or secret communication, or having it so that the masks display some sort of code or something like that. But the very first thing is making sure they can at least be displaying something more than just the inky blackness that we've been working with.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the clarification.
Step one.
Step one.
Yes.
There's at least 5 clocks over there, so at least step 1 of 5.
Right. And we can add more clocks. If we want more features, we can just, scope creep the crap out of this and do whatever we want.
Too real. Too real.
Yeah,
Wow.
sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
gosh.
mean to do that.
Dave. Dave.
Look, the SOW only called for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
can
so
add
actually
more clocks, but you're gonna have to extend the timeline to account for it.
And actually, this is a
And the
good point
budget.
because I think these 5 clocks are tied to the patron's expectation, right? So this is the track that Ohm is on to make sure that we make our patron happy.
Mhm.
But that's not to say that we can't divert this technology in some ways that's useful to us. So as we go along, if it's, hey, I'd really like this to be able to do something different, let Ohm know and we can figure it out. Because I think if I can keep putting time into this, we could end up with some really cool like Sparkcraft tech here.
Well,
It does require souls or demon blood, but whatever.
Or both.
Besides that, though,
You want souls? I
Um,
can get you soul. I can get you soul by 3
Get some
o'clock
souls. Can
with
I
nail polish.
can I begin to use the mask's mic as part of my cloak and dagger? When you use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, you get +1d to rolls to confuse or deflect suspicion. Can that be
yeah,
one of my
like it's
italicized items?
sorry, I'm already missing the word from that description that I was looking for. Yeah, it's definitely something you could use as a misdirection, but not something that's going to like, oh, I'm Basso Baz, right?
No, no,
It's
no, no,
like,
no,
yeah,
no.
like, oh, they were wearing this weird mask with like all these swirls on it, and then
Yep.
like, click, it's turned off, right? But not, yeah.
I do feel like we missed an opportunity. I wish that the technology was ready for us to go ahead and grab Balzabaz's face, so that even though we would never pass as Balzabaz, we could like start some sort of rumor that he had come back. Because people would be like, "Oh my gosh, I
I mean,
saw."
you want to.
You're all
Yeah.
just running around in like the Basso Baz version of like an anonymous mask.
Yeah.
Like,
Too bad. I mean, too bad his body got like cremated.
Oh yeah,
There's
that's what
no way.
happened.
There's no way to get that back. The
Right.
spirit wardens came and got it. It went to the crematorium. It's gone.
Yep.
Ghost is gone. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
But can I put the mask on my loadout as a italicized item?
yes. Actually, I'm gonna make a note that I'll make sure that we do on like all the character sheets.
Cool.
Oh, do I?
What does the bold mean?
At the end of this, is it that everybody will end up with a mask that has something loaded into the mask?
Yeah.
Some kind of likeness. Awesome.
So some sort of like, yeah, you would have a mask of something.
Can we like just toss like a penny at like some random folks on the street and be like, "Hey, can you wear this for a sec?" And then just have like some rando faces to just pop on.
I feel like it still needs like some sort of like real like Ohm working on it was like blood, sweat, and tears, like potentially literally.
Right.
So like just
Mhm.
like it's not just like, oh, here, touch this and like it does the thing. Like there has
Right.
to be like an investment into the mask to make it.
Yeah,
feel
like
good.
I want to say
It's-
that probably Ohm spent a good portion of the day just wearing the mask and like making sure the seal was just right and like all this kind of stuff just to finally get the likeness imprinted into the mask.
Plus that
So
part when it like just like nicked you like thorns around your hairline
Yeah.
for a minute. Like don't know what was up that. Um, Marble, you had a question a second ago, but I think it got
What
lost
does
when we were all
bold
talking.
mean on the loadout? I know what italics mean, but what does bold mean?
Let me pull up a character sheet and see if I can tell.
Sorry.
Like my fine cover identity, my fine bottle of whiskey are both in bold.
I think that's items that are fine, like things that manipulate the the effect of a roll.
Yeah.
Because like on Griffiths, it's a fine pair of pistols and a fine long rifle.
Oh, so it's something that could affect the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. because I have a disguise kit there too. But that is something that I have to pick for load. So okay. Thank you.
Yep. Hmm.
And now I've added an item to Casey's character sheet that shouldn't be there, so we'll get rid of that. Okay.
Okay. And then so that was my second thing. If I spend 1 coin, does that give me one more thing?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to spend a coin, and where is should I burn down heat or process my trauma? Or can I not process my trauma?
Oh, you're gonna get another
there is
stress,
no-
by the way, if you don't indulge your vice.
Oh
You get-
yeah, you've got a trauma
But if you
now.
do indulge your vice, you'll probably overindulge your vice. So I would just take the stress.
I think as much
That'll
as
put
I
you like
don't
what,
wanna
3,
s-
4?
I'm at 3 right now.
Yeah, so that'd put you at 4.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Could be going
Yeah.
into a heist.
I mean, I think
the
heat
crew-
isn't so bad.
Yeah, the crew only has 4 heat right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Also,
I wanted level 2.
We saw the or I was flipping through the book and I saw the length of the prison sentences based on your wanted level, and might not want to get another one of those. It goes up to like months.
Sweet. Sweet.
And then
I like
and then four
characters.
wanted level is life.
Is
or
there
death.
any way to deal with our wanted levels?
Go to prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just get caught. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, not gonna
great.
let that one happen. Not right now. Okay, then I guess I will heal again.
Yeah.
I'll spend a coin to try and heal again because I really don't want to be doing the thing.
Okay.
You just need to roll a 6. Oh, you'd have to take 2 more stress unless you went to another doctor.
Oh yeah. Well, that said, I mean, the ones that you have there now are all kinds of things where it's like, oh, your shoulder's sprained and it's kind of in pain, and you're kind of seeing things, and like, if you did go to like an apothecary or like Quellen's like potion shop or
Right.
something like that, like those are all things that like could kind of count as like, oh, I'm gonna get something that's like an anti-inflammatory, or like, the alchemical equivalent of like a handful of ibuprofen, right? So
Right. Okay, good.
Instead of feeling like you need to be like, yeah, stitch me up, doc, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Good. So yeah, I definitely want to go to the apothecary, or get my herbal medicine and do what I got to do to try and clear those.
Okay. So are you going to go to Stasia?
Oh. I would rather not.
That's a very reasonable answer, frankly.
I wonder if Jewel would have something. Jewel is a blood dealer, but they may have healing materials depending on how involved they are with the extraction of blood.
Yeah, Jewel might be somebody to go see. You guys know where Quellen's shop is. I think the couple times that people have gone to see Melver, the Physiker, there's been a lot of like him making like these concoctions and like, here, drink this like swirling gray liquid down kind of things.
Yeah, I'll go to Quellen's shop then. Like,
Okay.
that's fine. I don't feel like I need to go to a Physiker.
Okay. Plus, it gives me a chance to pop up handouts.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is this
Okay.
new?
Quellen's cool.
No.
Do we have that from the beginning? Because this is the first time.
We've had this for a while.
Yeah.
Quellen is somebody who Maisley was close with.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
so this Maisley's grandma. Or
Yeah, well,
grandmama?
Maisley calls her grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that keeps telling us that we're gonna die or something.
Yeah, she keeps, tell me the name of one of your friends, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a piece of
Oh yeah, that's
candy.
a thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happened.
Friends.
I
Yeah.
forgot that
Yeah.
that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, she's. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott. We miss
Have
you.
fun in night school.
Yeah, so Quellen, I think her shop is over in 6 Towers. I know it's listed in Legend Keeper.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Legend Keeper. For all your legend keeping needs.
Oh yeah.
Yes. She has a shop named Quellen's Quick Quality Quaffs, because that's always fun to make her say, where she sells potions, poultices, and scented oils in 6 towers.
Potion
Beautiful.
seller.
Beautiful. Yeah, so MT will go in unmasked, dressed in like sleek clothes that show their form, and look like they don't have a care in the world. Head up, proud, being safe though, keeping a head on a swivel to make sure that I'm not being targeted by anybody. And I'll go to Quellen's Quick Quaffs.
Quellen's Quick Quality Quaffs. Yes, you open the door. There's a little bell that hangs over it, so like it tinkles as you come in the door. It's kind of like everything's covered in like a good solid layer of dust, and it smells like it's like potpourri, and like there's an animal that may have died somewhere nearby, but not like in the room.
Good.
And like yes, so Quellen comes out of the back. She's like, "Oh, hello, dear. Welcome to Quellen's Quick Quality Quaffs." Um,
I am. Thank you. I am potentially in need of some of your remedies. If you would be so kind as to help me determine which one.
uh, sorry, I'm trying to find an old Word doc here in the background. Yes, you walk in and so you say, "Oh well, yes, dear. Yes, you've put on a very brave face. You're looking very strong today. I'm
Well,
very
thank
proud of
you.
you. Now, what would be the problem that you're trying to get rid of?"
Well, recently I found myself in the wrong alley, and I have since sprained my shoulder, and I'm still seeing spots every so often if I turn my head too quickly. I would very much like to not be afflicted by one or both of these things. If you have something that could help me clear my head or soothe my shoulder.
Yeah, oh yes, dear. So many of these bad alleys here in the city as of late. I try not to stray far from home.
Wise, I shall follow that counsel.
She's like, yes.
I will quarantine and practice social distancing.
It's always for the best, dear. Also, make sure you take this extra bottle of hand sanitizer with you when you leave.
It's just like straight alcohol. It's not like anything interesting. It's just like the rankest alcohol she's got.
It might not even like it might be like it's a little bottle of like aloe vera and turpentine. It's like yeah, it'll
Aloe
kill
vera
whatever's on
and
your hand.
turpentine.
It'll kill whatever's on your hands. It may also strip paint.
Right. And like there's a smooge's layer of skin gone. Like hand gets all red and
Yeah.
like sensitive. All right. Good. And so yeah, does she have anything for empty?
She's like, yes, if that's yes, if you're feeling dizzy, if you're having problems with your head and your vision, then yes, certainly you would want some witchwort, uh, and a drop of this and like some rose water, and
Woes water.
she's like she's got this like rack of things, and she keeps like grabbing little droppers out of bottles and like dropping it into like this glass.
Does
She's
MT
like,
get the sense that Quellen is just grabbing things randomly, or is there like actually method here? I'm just
she
curious what
seems to
you read.
have a good excuse and explanation of everything she's picking.
Perfect. Good.
Right, but
Then I buy it.
it's very much on the par of like, oh yes, the Five of Cups. This means that you're destined for money, and
Right.
oh, the Tower.
Yes.
like oh, I know what these cards mean, and they mean a thing. Yeah. Oh, you need a few drops of rose water, and you need some witchwort, Eye of Newt, and something. And she's like grinding it up in a pestle, and then like putting it into a glass, and then she's got like one of those flasks that like kind of goes up, and then it has like the glass thing that comes out of the top for a dropper. Then she's
Hmm.
like boiling it to like distill it and like drop it into water. It's like now we need to extract it and we need to like, divide it with extra water like 18 times until it's like one drop of something for everything, like total like one drop of colloidal silver and like just the whole deal.
That's great. There's so much production to this. You feel like you're getting your money's worth, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
absolutely.
I've had a show. I've seen real science happen with all this chemistry in these these
Chemistry.
beakers.
Yeah. She's like,
Actually, does all of this cost me a coin? Is that kind of the gig here?
no, but if you still need to like move up, then like, oh yeah, if we add a drop of anise extract
All
to
right,
make it
all right,
taste better and be more palatable, like there's an
cool,
excuse for like why it's going up. Um,
perfect.
but yeah, so she hands you, she puts this little glass, she distills it into like a little tiny like teacup and
Hmm.
puts it onto like a little saucer and like she sets it on the counter for you.
Excellent. Then Empty will like look at it and like look at her to see like real quick, is this face of like a or is it, this is your medicine, you have to take it, like what's the expression, and then look back down at the thing and like lean in and give it a sniff, and you know
It smells mostly like potpourri, right?
okay,
Like
over the rose water,
Mhm.
right? It just reeks
yeah,
of rose
it's
water.
like
Okay, good.
it's rose
So
water because it was pretty strong. And then like she does put like a drop of anise extract in at the end, so like it tastes like sniffing a flower and eating black licorice at the same time.
good. Good to mask
Oh,
all the real stuff that's in there. So yeah, I'll give that a quaff,
okay.
and make sure I get all the little floaty bits that are in the bottom. Make sure all those go in too,
So
Yes.
you're grossed out.
Yeah.
because I assume
Um.
they're there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
better drink them.
But otherwise, Quelwyn is a tier 2 witch, so she's able to grant you 2 dice to be
Oh,
doing your
Casey's
thing.
in chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so I'm gonna roll
I
2 dice.
think actually I just want to double check Physiker. So yeah, she is worth 2 dice.
Okay,
And you're a Physiker, which says everyone in your crew, including you, gets plus 1d to their healing treatment rolls.
all
So
right,
she's worth 2 dice, and you'll get 3.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so I'm gonna submit on this mo. Hey, oh, never mind. Recovery.
So
All right,
yeah.
all right.
So 5 is a mixed result, which is 2 ticks on the clock.
Okay.
One short.
I would really like to spend some coin, spend my last coin to get all the way up.
Okay, yeah. That makes it a 6,
Healed.
which is 3 ticks, which heals it, and then like all your stuff falls off the bottom of the chart.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
You did it.
I did it. Just cost me everything. All right, good. So that's all Ohm has for their downtime actions.
She stands there and she looks at you, and then for a second, like she kind of gets that 1,000-yard stare where she's really far away. Um, and she says, "Born as the last weaves fell from the spice woods in a Tykawosi autumn, the eye will look upon you with scorn." And then she kind of like blinks and like she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out this little wrapped hard candy, and she puts it on the candy and passes it to you. She's like, "Can you drop this off to Maiswe when you see her again?"
Yeah, with like 2 fingers, I'll slide it towards me, and then pick it up and pocket it. I'll be certain to do this. Thank you for your potions and sundries.
Oh, you're welcome, dear.
I don't know if you know this, but your door makes a sound whenever it opens.
That's so I know when people are here, dear.
Oh, that seems smart. Okay. I'll be leaving now. Thank you.
Goodbye.
And then leave. And she probably like opens the door just enough to like not ring the bell. It's like, I can't really open this.
Yeah, it
There
opens
we
like
go.
4 inches, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta do it. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. It's like, I gotta? All right, fine. I'll go through. And then head back to the crew, refreshed and renewed, and ripper and ready to go.
Excellent.
Oh
Yeah. So did we fill you in enough? David, do you feel on like the whole Brill situation with the guy who was selling drugs in the district, or
Yes, I know that Brill is selling drugs in the district. We're going to try and encourage his departure by whatever means we see fit. Have we determined those means already?
Nope, because
That would
that's
be
planning.
that would be our plan and detail.
Okay.
What we do know,
We know where he went.
he's selling a drug called Lure. There's an ongoing investigation surrounding that drug that I believe includes more people than just Brill.
Oh,
So I mean, that could even lead to we might be able
a
to
new
get some
faction or something like that.
info from him. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Casey
what
says
I
to
was
break
able to
his
find out.
kneecaps. That
And
is
what to
Casey.
break his? Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Casey would like for us to break his kneecaps.
I think that was like the extent of our
Mhm.
information gathering. I think. And Griffith found where he was hiding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
What's our take on like the blue coats and the blue coats' opinion of him? Do we know any of that kind of stuff?
He's a known quantity, but I couldn't find anything super great from my archivist friend. So
Okay.
And I think I talked briefly to our contact, right?
Harper.
LaRose?
No, the blue.
Oh, LaRose. Yeah.
But didn't get much else either.
And do we know much about this drug, like how it works or what's involved in its cook?
I think it's rumored to be made out of Leviathan blood.
Good.
That would
And
be a
then
great thing for Empty to look into, though. That
So
sounds
it
like
works. Yeah, that's awesome.
right up their alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, maybe that is what is something that would do around the neighborhood to find out more information about this drug.
Yeah, would love to do that. So what would that be to find out more about this drug? Maybe Ohm can like score some and then analyze it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can frame the scene for me and it's not like something super out of bounds, then whatever action you feel like you can justify doing something with.
Yeah. Well, so not really knowing.
I pummel a junkie in the alley to get information out of him.
Yeah,
so you're
like
skirmishing to find out about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Empty doesn't have that kind of stuff. I think that probably he's gonna go to the gutter snipes and ask them to score him some. Like, will you do you know people who can get this? And I would very much like some. And that would be it. Like that would be the extent of his like effort there, because what he really wants to do is analyze it and understand what it does. So that's like getting it. I don't think I'd much rather spend the role on analyzing it, understanding it, that kind of thing, if that's doable.
Yeah, so I think then we can. Yeah, like there's like you underneath, like there's like a tarp awning kind of out the back of the hideout sometimes, and like
Sure.
they kind of hang out under there sometimes. So there's like 4 or 5 kids back there, and they're fighting over like the fake gun axe still. Like, no, it's my turn. No, it's mine. It's like he's dead anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's like, shut up. It's my turn to be in charge. Like one of the like he's not like the tallest kid, but like he is kind of brawny, and he does like kind of pull it away from the other one.
I've totally made like a Lord of the Flies situation with the conch, like
that's exactly what I was
whoever
thinking. I was
has
like,
it
oh,
is in
God.
charge. It's like, that might be a problem later, but Empty's not here to solve that problem just now.
Hopefully there aren't any like big boulders sitting around.
Right. In our layered city where there's always something above you.
That'd be awful if one of those. Poor piggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the one that does grab it, like they're all like kind of like in piecemeal clothing and stuff like that. So it's like you don't always pick it up at first, like which ones are boys and which ones are girls, and like go maybe in between. But the one who grabs it is like a young girl. She's actually on the older end of the group, and she's not the tallest, but like she's scrappy. But she's like, she grabs it and like, I got it. I'm in charge now. Hey, Mr. Ohm, what do you need? And that's Zamira.
Zamira?
Yes.
Oh, and Zamira would know me as Styx.
Okay.
because it's the crew name, right? The Sticks is
Mhm.
my street name, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you need, Mr. Sticks?
Um, it is. He would kind of lean down and not. Sorry, he would not. I would not lean down. Just facing Zamira and say, I have to trust you with an important task, and that is getting your hands on a new concoction that is floating around these streets called what's it called again?
Lure.
Lure. Called Lure. I need it to be untouched. So please, if once you get your hands on it, don't disturb it in any ways. I have to conduct experiments on it, so it needs to be clean. If you can do this, I would be most appreciative.
So, yes, sir, Mr. Sticks. We don't do no drugs. They stunt your growth.
That's right. And
They
you
are
all need to
principled.
be
Yeah.
you need to be big and strong for the days to come.
Yes. They are skulks. They're scouts, infiltrators, and thieves. Okay. Um,
So I've given them a mission. Now they're going to go do a heist. And the result of their heist is come back and give me the thing, or not.
It's like Tales from the Loop and Blades. They just got smashed together, and you get the gutter snipes and their activities.
I guess that
except
will
in
be
Blades,
my next
they
game.
can die.
They
Yeah.
can die.
This is the crossover event of a lifetime that will be streamed sometime in May.
That's right.
All right. Yes. So when you send a cohort to achieve a goal, roll their quality to see how it goes. Or a PC can oversee the maneuver by leading a group action. If you direct a cohort with orders, roll command.
I will not be doing that.
Okay. So we will just give them
Because they're
fortune roll here.
independent, right? We also let them be the type that could just run their own stuff without needing.
Yeah, the idea is that they're there when you need them, and you can relatively trust them. They are independent and loyal.
Yeah.
The problem being that they're principled. So if you're go get me the drugs, okay, go sell the drugs. We don't really do that kind of thing, right?
Right.
And they're kids, so they can be unreliable.
Right.
But they don't get any bonus dice for this, I think. Although, yeah, we'll give them one bonus die because they're trying to score it in your hunting grounds. Because why not?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they come back with
Oh.
So they come back. I'll switch over to another screen here just so the die roll can be shown to anybody who's watching. Yeah, so they go out and they come back, and it's something that it's usually packed in little bundles of eel skin and then tied with a little string. And basically they come back with it's pretty much like an empty eel skin that it would be wrapped in.
Oh,
and there's a little bit of powder still in it. But it's mostly empty. Oh.
Okay. Okay.
But they tried.
They did.
Yeah, they're we went out. There was this couple of guys who were high, and then they tried to take our money, and they got.
Oh.
Hang on, let me find the game table again.
Well, that's not good.
They took Stev's money. They took everything all Stev's money. They took his knife. I mean,
oh, poor Stev.
Yeah. And Zamira's there, and she's got it's not super big, but she's got a little bit of a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
She's but we still got this for you, Mr. Sticks.
Well, that is an incredible result. As he kind of looks at the bit of powder in there, and he says, I may still be able to synthesize. I may still be able to. Sorry, he won't even mention that at all. Instead, they will say, I appreciate your efforts and the sacrifices you made today.
Yeah, they'll say that they don't do drugs, but like the guys they rolled for it were doing it.
Yeah.
And then like they didn't look like they weren't like big and strong, but they fought really hard, like
Oh.
more than you thought they would. And Stev's like, tell him about the eyes. Their eyes were really weird. And Zamir's like, shut up, Stev. You're making that up. Like,
Okay. Well, that's good information. Anything else, odors or anything else that you noticed about them when they
oh
were on
yeah,
it?
they smelled really bad. Um,
Smell bad like
they-
street bad, or bad like
yeah.
something different than street bad?
Yeah, like they describe them. They're basically they sound like guys who live in the gutter. Like,
Okay,
um,
sure.
we're Griffith here. They would probably give enough of a description that would sound like the couple of like street guys who rolled him for a coin last time.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That gives me something, and I'll go back and study that tiny bit of powder. I don't think that I would be very good at it because there's not much to go on, but at the very least, I want to understand, like, is there actually demon blood in this thing?
okay. Yeah, so you can study that in your workshop.
Sweet. Study. Probably limited because I don't have much stuff to go on, right? Is my effect.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I get one bonus die because I have a workshop?
It doesn't necessarily do bonus dice for having the workshop so much as like you're able to do other things that you wouldn't be able to if you didn't.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
without the workshop, you'd have to find somewhere to work on the masks. With the workshop,
Gotcha.
you can work on the masks. You can pour this stuff into flasks and beakers and like stuff.
Perfect. All right. So I'll just go. I'm not going to change the dice or anything. I just want to see what I get out of this thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, this definitely like, you do the extraction test and then you like put a drop on the little glass slide and you watch how it flips down. Like stuff like that. You look at it under like, magnifying glass. This definitely has some of like the telltale traces of Leviathan blood.
Okay. All right.
These dudes are getting juiced.
Yeah.
Good,
All right.
Mike.
Good. Good to know. So then Ohm will deliver that to the group and say that I believe I have confirmed that there is Leviathan blood in this, which means that it is likely very potent and effective at whatever it is that it does.
I think if you look at it under like, whatever's like, I don't think you have like a full-blown microscope, but like you have something
Right.
that's like pretty good. There's also like you can see like bacteria in it too. Like
Oh, so it's not clean.
it's not particularly clean now.
Yeah. Okay. And it's probably like a loop within a loop, like just like he's trying to make a magnifying glass
Yeah.
out of various loops.
Like I've just got like a couple lenses and they're like kind of like they're on. I'm almost thinking of like a sextant kind of thing. Where
Oh
it's
yeah.
like it's more like hold it up to the light than it is like having a magnifying glass with like there are like a
Mhm.
microscope where it's lit from below.
Yeah. And then I'll also mention that the gutter snipes were instrumental in getting me the sample. And they mentioned that the men they got it from were stronger than they appeared. So it may have some sort of boost to your physical prowess, or it may just
might
make you
have to-
violent.
We might have to take Brill seriously.
Indeed.
Unfortunate.
Is there some, because the two of you can pull strings that don't involve bone and sinew, is there another way to get rid of Brill besides facing them physically?
I assumed we'd just have a conversation with Brill.
I like this.
And if that does not bear fruit, then we can kill him. It's fairly simple. Or otherwise dispose of him. There's more than one way to do that in Duskfall.
I would think that a direct confrontation would not be in our best interest, given the nature of this powder
But
and
we
like.
don't know
And
if
that's also assuming he's using it.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he's using it or if he's just selling it.
I don't know many hawkers, but I believe that's one of the rules, is that you don't do that sort of thing.
But do your bodyguards do that sort of thing?
I don't know if Brill had
Certainly.
bodyguards in the past.
Okay.
Up until now, Brill's always been like just kind of like a street level like flunky dealer.
Sweet.
He's like
Brill
Badger
isn't-
from Breaking Bad.
I was thinking exactly Badger. I was like,
or
oh,
Combo.
yeah.
Or Combo.
Combo
Brill
was so
is
good.
just scum
Hopefully
that
it turns
stands
out more
around
like
on the
Combo.
street. So
Okay.
hopefully he doesn't have.
We can encourage them to find a new street to scum around on.
Yeah, we know he has a cellar.
Right. And that he's selling to people within the district. At least he's moved away from the children. For now.
He might be selling to them too.
I'm
So-
interested in what this drug is.
Yeah.
and what its movement is within the city right now.
It would be difficult to make in quantity because of the nature of the Leviathan blood market. You know, it is used for
Right.
so many things that there is certainly a lot coming in through the city. But if they're making a drug out of it, that is at the expense of something else that is probably a necessary infrastructure that keeps the city alive.
Let's remember Brill's not the only one with this. There's an investigation that goes beyond him.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it's just
there's
the low
actually
level
probably
ones.
not a lot that flows through the city in an unrefined state. Like the ships are based in Duskfall, but the refineries are in Scotland. So they
Right.
leave from here,
They are-
drop off in Scotland, and then come back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe this is all coming from Scotland. Oh, okay. This is a big picture
Well,
stuff. I got it.
Stolen
the-
land.
Leviathan. Is it refined? Like, is it refined that you found within the drug, or is it pure? David,
Wait, what?
is it pure or has it been refined? Like, has
Oh.
it gone to the refineries?
I don't think that I have deduced that. Right. I mean, I didn't get like a great success on that one.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
that
a partial hit.
like I know that there's Leviathan blood in this, but I don't know the quality of it. So yeah, Empty would say I frankly don't know if it's pure refined or the raw stuff.
You can tell because the little flecks look like screaming faces.
I did not see screaming faces, but I did see bacteria. So
What is bacteria?
like a germ that makes you sick and die.
You
I
mean
thought
like
that
the
was a curse
humors?
from the
Like, yeah,
gods.
that's
The
Yes.
humors.
That's right. I'm sorry. I saw little humors, little demons running around.
Oh, that makes far more sense.
Yes, the screaming faces.
I don't know what this bacteria is that you're saying.
Damn it! I didn't realize it was out of.
no, I
setting.
think it's. I don't think they ever address it. It's fine to be like, yeah, no, there's actual like
Okay.
Victorian era medicine. Like they understand that
sure-
there's bacteria. Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's done the like meat with the cheesecloth and discovered that things just don't come out of nowhere unless they do. We don't know that that's
It's
the
a
rule.
magic.
They might come out of nowhere.
In general, they don't come out of nowhere, but also ghosts. So I mean, like anything can be going on here.
Ghosts. I think that we're just going to have to talk to this gentleman and see where he gets his enterprising from.
Are we looking to understand his enterprise or get him to move?
I want him
Both.
Okay.
out, but I mean, there's some money moving through something in regards to all this.
I would like
I
to
don't wanna
ring this
sell drugs,
leech
but-
for all information he has on anything and then dispose of it.
I'll go get
If
my
that
mask.
means, yes, we need that.
Yes.
Empty goes and like puts on his mask and is very careful not to like turn it on.
Every time we use the word leech, I kind of do this because
Is it
that's
me?
it's my last name.
Oh, right.
Yeah, let me
It's
have a
so-
conversation with you at some point about Mr. Reichel, the teacher in Tales from the Loop, because that
Sorry.
like, we've, I might ask him about changing his name at some point. Sorry.
We'll figure it out. We got it. Anyway, let's go beat up a dude.
Awesome.
Let's go have a conversation.
Let's go have a conversation with the dude.
Yeah. So this might be a good time for us to take a couple minutes of break and then come back and do some scoring.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome. Can I do the giveaway? Is it
Yes, you
possible
can.
to do a giveaway? Awesome. Let me get all set up for that. Folks, we are going to do a giveaway. We're going to be giving away Legend Keeper tonight, which is super fun. We are using Legend Keeper for everything. I'm going to just get logged in here. It is a campaign tracking tool, a world building tool, all of that good stuff. And we use it for this game to know what's going on in the world, what all the NPCs are, what our own character thoughts are, and all that kind of stuff is all gathered into one place. It's like a collaborative tool. Like we're all in it. We can all make articles
Mhm.
and share. So we're gonna give away a copy for that. Let me grab my stuff here.
You gonna do it on Twitter too, or just Twitch?
Just Twitch tonight. I've got another Twitter thing. Actually, that's a good point. On Twitter, I have my pinned tweet for High Shelf Gaming. If you find us on Twitter and retweet that pinned tweet, so the one that's at the top of our profile right now is all about the charity event we're running on May 1st. So if you retweet that, that gets you entered in to win Legend Keeper there. And then also we'll do Legend Keeper here on this during the break. But first I need to get my stuff logged in.
Yay, Legend Keeper!
Awesome.
It does
Yeah.
all the things.
It is the best. It is super best. What should our keyword be tonight, folks, that we're going to be looking for?
Lure?
Lure?
Lure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lure, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to start listening for the word lure. I'm going to toss that in the chat. So everybody who's watching, if you put lure into the chat, that'll enter you into win for Legend Keeper. If you want a second shot at a copy of Legend Keeper or a beta key to Legend Keeper, because it's an online tool. If you want a second shot at that, go to our Twitter, High Shelf Gaming, and retweet the top post on our profile, our pinned post.
I believe they've also opened up or up their quantity of additional keys that you get if you get a key. So you can invite like I think 50 other people now.
Right. Yeah, it's huge now. So it used to be you got like 8 or 10.
10.
And now if you get a key for Legend Keeper, you can invite up to 50 of your friends into all the games and all the worlds that you're building.
So if you're just in a giant Discord, just pop that in there.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah. You can be
just
the
give
hero
it to
for the
everybody
Discord.
you know. I don't know.
Let your
Yeah.
50
friends run
people? Do I know
wild.
50 people?
I don't know 50 people, not anymore. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, toss lure into the chat and that'll get you entered into win. And we will go on break. And when we come back, we will give away that beta key for Legend Keeper.
Cool. All right. We will be back in 10-ish minutes. See everybody then.
Bye.
Boop. Too late. All right. Hi. We're back. How's everybody doing?
Late already.
Everybody was ready, right? We're done.
That's how I'm gonna start coming back from
we're
the
going
break.
live in 5, 4,
Nope.
live now.
You said go live, and he did.
Well, half the time I like say something about it, and then like I'm like overly cautious. It's like, is everybody ready? Are we all happy? We're all in a good position to start. We're like, everybody give me the thumbs up so I know you're okay. It's like, no, just
Wait,
Mike,
so
you're
you
taking
recorded
forever.
a podcast with David before?
You're making it even later to try to get us back going here. Y'all got a score to do. You got debts to settle with Brill. He's in your space. And it's time to get rid of him. Well, not him, but like a bunch of like couple homeless dudes beat up on some of your like gang of scoundrel children. So,
we got to balance.
You got
also
stuff to
Griffith
do.
last time. They also beat Griffith up and stole his money.
Yes,
That's
they
true.
stole a
It's like-
coin from Griffith
Yeah.
last session, and he was
Yeah.
none too
Also,
happy.
we
So.
And they
gambled
used that
for
coin to
stuff.
buy lure, and then they were high on lure and beat up
Exactly.
our crew. Yeah, those people are going to end up in the bottom of a river.
The Spirit Wardens
Yes.
are not gonna like us.
No,
Yeah.
we're
They
we're
probably
gonna
already don't.
we're going to keep them employed. They're going to become a faction that go to war with us, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen at all. No war.
They would be a very small faction of like 2 random guys who live in a gutter in Crow's Foot. Like Tier 0.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we
like,
can go. We can go to war with
all
them all
right.
day.
There it is. Now
I was talking about this. I was talking about the Spirit Wardens. That'd be a horrible faction to go to war with.
Yeah, no, that would be bad.
Yeah.
That would be
Very
real
bad.
bad.
All right.
So yes, another scenic afternoon in Duskfall where it's blackout. There's still like, that shattered ember of the sun up in the middle of the sky overhead, casting no useful light. Like nice clouds in the distance, illuminated from below by like the lightning wall. So the flickering bluish light that like catches off them and reflects. And you're kind of there around the shop with like the gutter snipes out back. And you hear one of them arguing with Zamira, and Zamira shouting like, "Hey, shut up! I'm the last one who had it, so therefore I'm the one who's still in charge. When we get it back, then yeah, maybe whoever has the gun axe gets to be in charge. But that's me for now." So
Well, the homeless. Why'd they jack the gun axe though?
they took
Yeah.
they took Stev's knife and they took the fake gun axe. Yeah.
Assholes were getting that bad.
Bastards.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
I'm adding them to the people of interest section of my notes.
They have pictures in Legend Keeper already.
Can I put Simeon in charge? Can I just like step out and be like, "You're in charge until we get back. You're in charge."
Oh yeah, like of the members of the Gutter Snipes, like Zamira is probably the most level-headed one to begin with.
Right.
Like
right.
she's like one of the two oldest. Like the other one's a boy, and like he's just like he's like, no, we're gonna go beat him up. It's like beating up
No.
everything is not the solution, kid. Right? Like so no, like
Sure.
yeah, she's stuck in charge because nobody can take it away from her, and she's like, no, I'm staying in charge because she's actually
Get
like
it,
one of the
girl.
better options to be in charge. So.
Yeah.
Get it.
But yeah,
Let's go
so
find this asshole.
you got a dude hanging out in a cellar in your hunting grounds. So like, let's go do something about that.
Just call us
Ooh.
a social plan, and
think
our
so.
connection is that we know who it is and where he is, like,
And what he's doing.
and what
we
he's doing.
think
Like,
he's doing.
I think our detail is that we know several details about Brill.
I don't have the book open.
Yeah, so I'll run through our options here.
Thank you.
Though that does sound like a good one. The first is assault, which is to do violence to a target. You need to detail the plan of attack or the point of attack. Deception, lure, trick, or manipulate. Detail the method of deception. Stealth, to trespass unseen. The detail is the point of infiltration. Occult, engage a supernatural power, and the detail is the arcane method. The arcane method. Social is to negotiate, bargain, or persuade. The detail is the social connection. And transport, not particularly relevant here, is to carry cargo or people through danger, and the detail is the route and the means.
Social, because we're negotiating.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to negotiate. If that doesn't work, then it's going to turn into violence. But
we'll start with social.
Demas
And
doesn't
then
have
we'll move into
time
assault.
or like emotion about the subject, so it'll be quick either way.
Love it.
Okay, so it's a social engagement. We know who this guy is, and so you can figure out like how to track him down at some point here. But like, what is it that you're basically just trying to negotiate him out of the territory, or like,
I think that's primary goal, right? But also perhaps to collect information on like the drugs. Like I don't like Brill just in general, so I would rather him not be anywhere doing anything, but he has his uses, I'm sure.
That sounds like dead at the bottom of a river.
I've done that.
But
I did that too. I did that a few days ago. I can do it again.
But if he can be turned and be useful in regards to information he's not dealing in on our street corners, then
So
he
we
doesn't
change
need to be
it.
dead
So
at the
we
bottom of
change
the
him
river.
from a rival to an asset of some sort
of the group. Yes,
of the group. Yeah.
Okay. So
That
we're trying to recruit him.
Or kill him.
I don't think
Okay.
recruit's not like the word.
We want him to stop being in our. We want to stop perceiving him.
We want him to stop being.
Like he can do what he wants, but we just don't want to see.
Is this like an existential thing?
Well, no, we just don't want him in our hunting grounds. Like if he moves it a few blocks over, I'm less inclined to give a shit.
Mm.
Like
The orphanage, though.
I mean, okay, so move a few blocks north near the market. I don't know, like, but just like
But I think
not
it's
close.
bigger than him too. I think there's something.
We also want to know that because this whole lure thing, and our leverage there is I've got his papers.
his papers.
Like, hey, look at all this information that is going to be used against you soon in this investigation. Do you want that? Is that what you want? Probably not.
See what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just because we're mean, we're just gonna make Big Lebowski jokes forever. So
Yep. It's just a good movie.
All right. So
Very cool.
moving on.
So we're going to. Okay. All right. I think I'm up to speed on what our goal is.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we all?
Yeah,
A, out of the
I've-
hunting grounds. B, at a crow's foot at the least. Or like, I guess at the middle, at the least out of the hunting grounds. Middle tier is like out of crow's foot. Highest tier is out of our perception forever. That's the
Yeah.
main goal. And find out about lure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I'm good to let him. I'm okay to let him stay in crow's foot if we have more info on lore. Like that's kind of the.
And the leverage that we have is that if he doesn't tell us things, we'll just kill him. He doesn't want that. Probably. He might want that.
Don't we have
okay.
Don't we have like papers on him or something like that? We have knowledge about.
I have some info from my friend Jaren, who is a blue coat archivist,
Right.
on an ongoing investigation into the distribution of lure in Duskfall.
Okay. So that's some leverage.
And
you
his
can pull on
name
him.
is in that file.
Right.
So they know with the big hand.
So we can kind of
know.
push on that.
Should we send him one of those ahead of time just so he's already a little jumpy? Just, we know.
Well, he
No,
knows
I
that he
have
was-
whole notebooks that are like that. They're meant to be that from Skyrim. But sorry, interrupting.
Let's just go talk to this dude.
We'll
And
figure it out
flashback
when we get there.
when necessary.
Yeah. If we get frustrated, we just kill him.
Okay.
You're
Problem
really
solved.
on the killing thing, Demas.
I'm cold.
Get a jacket.
We're just the actual goal of this campaign is to empty Maribel's contact list.
In one way or another. Yeah.
In one way or another.
By hook or by crook, we'll get there. Okay.
Demas is just being very pragmatic. We need to. It's a solution.
These people are trouble. We have to eliminate trouble. That's how we achieve the plan. We get all this Gobliner land back. We hear from
It's a cog in the machine.
Casey is in chat saying you're making Griffith proud. So,
That's a bad sign. We gotta.
yes. So social mission. Our goals here are. I'm putting a couple clocks together. One is find out about lure, and one is get Brill to move or leave, and then there's another one that is Brill seeks revenge, because. Of course, there's going to be something bad that could happen if things go bad.
Yes.
So yes, we know who he is. Tell me a place that you can find him. Like frame that like tracking him down and like having that conversation space kind of deal.
Oh, I think we're definitely going to the cellar, and
Yeah, like, do we track him to his cellar and like ambush him there, or just in the hunting grounds in general? Definitely in the hunting grounds.
Okay.
well, the cellar's in the hunting grounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely in the hunt. We have to use it at least once.
Are we doing Like, do we know if his cellar is like well protected? Are we kind of like on his turf at that point and at a disadvantage if we meet him at his place?
Griffith saw him go in. I don't think Griffith saw anything else.
Okay.
So we don't know. But
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, we can just go there then.
yeah.
we're playing a little fast and loose tonight. Let's
Let's just get a cut to flashback. Do you want a flashback scope it out? Because we can do that now. Well, we can do that after the engagement roll.
Yeah, let's get the engagement roll on and then do it.
Okay. Yes. So, who wants to be on point for making the roll?
I've already rolled a lot, so somebody else should roll tonight.
Maribel.
okay.
He's your friend.
Yeah,
There you
he's
go.
your
It's-
frenemy.
I roll fortune, right?
Yes.
Fortune.
We start with one die for sheer luck. Is the operation particularly bold or daring?
Not really.
It's pretty average.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go shake down a drug dealer. That's just kind of
Is the
Run-of-the-mill
operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
We could make it overly complex, I'm sure.
no.
but
He taught. Okay,
It may be
two
over
factors.
time, but from the beginning, probably not. Yeah.
There are two important factors: how much he talks and how much life force is left within him. Those are the two factors that we're concerned with.
Nice.
The end.
Okay. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Well,
They
he
did?
is a contact.
Yeah, he's a rival.
Could Jewel have helped as a blood dealer?
Yeah. Jewel deals in blood. Jewel doesn't typically maybe not deal in like Leviathan blood because like it's
Right.
it's super monitored.
Right.
Um,
But Jewel knows
but
what's up.
he knows what's up, and he has probably had conversations with Brill around like Brill's trying to acquire materials and stuff like this. Like,
I did go talk to Jaren, which already gives us another die because of my ability. So I don't think
okay,
probably
so,
not get 2 from that.
right, but your ability gives 1,
Count
so
that
that
here,
brings
yeah.
us to a total of 3. Okay. Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation?
Brill?
I mean, I do
That would
believe
be a reasonable assumption. Yes. Brill does not want to be found and driven out of his lair. Yeah. Are there any other elements that you might want to consider? Maybe a lower tier target will give you plus 1d, higher tier minus 1d. Maybe there's a situation in the district that makes the operation more or less tricky. It's on your hunting grounds, right? We've already established that. So that brings you back up to 3 dice.
Is the fact that like everyone's sort of distracted in the district right now dealing with their own shit, is that beneficial to us? Because like the red sashes aren't gonna
Yeah, I think
care.
the red sashes aren't here to mess with stuff, and I think
The
even a lot
crows
of
are
the
in
like
shambles anyway.
yeah, the lampblacks are long gone. The other people like the blue coats are like trying to maintain order while like the brigade is trying to deal with like the entire northeast portion of the district being on fire.
Mhm.
Um,
I think everybody being busy could be an
Yeah.
asset because less people notice.
Yeah.
Should
So
he? I
that's-
mean, unless we like murder somebody, then everybody will notice because the whole bong, like bing bong thing.
Yeah.
You do that, but
so that brings us to 4 dice right now, which
That's
is
pretty awesome.
pretty
I think
pretty
we should
impressive.
just
Yeah.
roll it before we lose it.
Roll it before we lose.
Do it before Mike can think up more things to throw at us.
Yes. Ooh,
Hey, nice.
that's a 6.
6. Yeah, so that's puts you in a strong position. I think that is.
Do we already have Brill tied up to the chair with the swingy light bulb for our conversation?
I don't think you have him tied up to the chair.
Okay.
I think you have, based on Griffith's directions, found where he is at. There was probably like a big clunky lock on this, like it's like a root cellar kind of thing. It's not like connected to like the building that it's actually in. Like you couldn't go upstairs into the building from here. And then it had like some big clunky like rusted lock that's like old, and like Ohm's just like he might as well just like pull out his entire knife and just be like chink, like that thing is popped straight open.
And
And
just
I think
so I know, which level in the city is his cellar? Is it like the bottom
It's
level?
yeah, it's at the like ground level,
Okay.
like
Cool.
where like the main streets there are at from the map.
Perfect.
And I think that what you find is after you open that, you're able to like come down the stairs, and there's a door. How to describe it? There's a door that's ajar, right? Like it's open, and as you like kind of press it open, it opens into like this like workspace that has like a lot of like beakers and like things that are on fire. Not like on fire, but like there's burners kind of going and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the little candles or whatever that's
Yeah, like there's
heating the
little like
stuff.
Bunsen burners with like gas flames in them and stuff like that going. And the door that you go through, it has like one of the metal panels as if it was going to have a doorknob on it, and it has like the springy piece from a doorknob on it, and it has like a latch in the door where like if you press it shut, it locks. Um, but it has no doorknob, like it's a perfectly flat surface on both sides.
Hmm.
And you kind of realize that like this is it's a ghost port lock, which is a device where the actual controls for it and the thing that you would unlock to open this handle is in the ghost field. So if you like kind of like shift your perception sideways a little bit there, you can see that there's like this handle on it in the ghost field that still has like a key in it.
Oh, gotcha.
Like he came in through the outside lock, which is like physical and crappy, and the one inside you'd have to have this like ghost key to open, and it exists in like kind of like out of phase with the real world.
And is it like a skeleton key? Like you could have it, you could possess it?
Yeah, like you could take it out of there. And there was like they were in vogue for a while, like a few decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like sometimes if you go somewhere and they have one from like kind of that time, there was a bunch that were like mass produced by like crappy people that do all use like the same key.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Like, yeah, getting into the ghost field and needing a key to open it was the hard part. Like they all used exactly the same key once you were like, shifted sideways there. But yeah, inside down here it's cramped and it's dank, and I think Brill is like hunched over something in the back, um, and he's hitting something on a bench with a hammer, and you hear like this crunching, shattering type noise. Um, and then there's a lot of things that are like beakers boiling and like coils of like tubing and like things that are dripping into pans and sizzling, and like it smells like brimstone, and like it's funky in here. Yeah.
Can I assess what all is going on here with his cook? Can I figure out
Yes.
like what are the ingredients? What's the process that he's going through? Can I like assess that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I think
To very quickly start us on the find out about lure path here.
yeah, I'm trying to pull up the list of
So
skill name or skill
so
action descriptions rather. Yeah.
so as we filter in empty or sticks, my apologies, in mask sticks, kind of like does one of these to the two of you and just begins casing this room for just a moment while we have a second. I'm thinking this is maybe a study thing.
Yes. Study a person, document, or item with close scrutiny to gather information and apply knowledge. I think that's absolutely fair.
Okay.
Survey also because it's like a location. If you're talking about like the entire room, I mean,
Yeah.
either one of those, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, specifically about this thing and
Mhm.
the drug. So I guess what I feel like I'm doing is I'm studying the drug and how the drug is made by watching it
Yeah.
being made. And so I figure like I'm controlled, right? I'm not touching anything. I'm just observing right now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys rolled well to get in here. You're in a controlled position as things start.
Okay, perfect. And then would I be standard or limited? I'm not touching anything, so it's not like I can really get my hands on this stuff to like really understand. So I'd kind of understand if it's a limited scope. Um, but what's your take on this?
Um, I think if it can be limited just because this is kind of like not your area of expertise,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like, I think you definitely like you've touched on some things that touched on use Leviathan blood before, but like you're not.
Right. Right. No, perfect. Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
mean you'll
Sure.
understand how some of it's going to interact with like if it's injected into a person, then yeah, such and such could happen, but like it's not the same as like what do I try to like being a doctor and manufacturing drugs are two different things. That
Right.
there's crossover
Right.
in that Venn diagram,
Right.
but
Right. But
Apparently,
not
being a
those are different
chemistry
tasks.
teacher and manufacturing drugs are the same thing.
right.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
television taught me.
Yes, that's right. So I'm not going to go for any bonus die or anything like that. I'm just
Okay.
straight up looking over his stuff quietly.
All
right.
Yeah, I think you definitely notice there is up kind of elevated. There's one of those glass jars that has like the little like spout towards the bottom of it, and it's sealed with like a glass stopper in the top of it that has like rubber around the edge, and then like there's a bunch of like melted wax that's been poured around it to like seal it, and that's full of like black pearlescent liquid that you can see sparks in every now and then. So there's probably a good like liter of Leviathan blood in that thing. And then it has like a little spout to like take it out like a drop at a time.
That's a lot of money.
Then so after doing this, Ohm is going to point to that big liter of blood and just very quietly open their bag and point in the bag. Like, I want that in this bag by the end of this discussion.
Yeah.
If at all
Yeah,
possible.
There's like one like nod each from
Yes.
from Demas and Maribel. Like,
So what's right by the door? If it's time to get Brill's attention, I'm
Well,
wondering if
I
there's
think
like.
oh, I was gonna say something.
yeah,
Okay,
sorry,
sure.
I still
That's
need to it was only a partial hit, so I get to do something else back too.
Oh.
Mm.
Um so yeah, I think that I want to make it play off your like you're obsessed drama, right? Like that's a lot of Leviathan blood.
Yeah.
You really want the Leviathan blood, like I think like I kind of just want to give you like level 1 harm obsessed. Like you're attached to that blood. You want the blood.
Yeah, this whole scene I'm preoccupied by the blood.
Yeah.
So I'm into that. Yeah. Yeah. So just straight up, I don't actually want to be harmed, but I do want to be distracted by the thing during the scene. So maybe I resist the harm, but I'll keep some of the distraction.
That will turn it from having harm to an XP trigger for later. So
Okay.
but yeah.
Good.
So yeah, roll to resist. That's
Where's my resist button?
It's just
Resolve?
clicking resolve.
Oh yeah,
where it
that's right.
says
Resolve. Okay. Yeah. No bonus die or anything like that. I'm not
Yeah.
trying especially hard. Oh hey.
Oh yeah, no stress.
Heckin' A.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so no stress. You're not obsessed with it. It was level 1. It drops off the bottom. It's fine.
Cool.
And yeah, if you want to keep being obsessed with it and have that color your actions moving forward,
Sure.
then yeah, we're playing to our trauma, and during a session it gets in the way.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, you see that's up there, and then there's that's set up so you can take like a drop at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a big kind of open basin that like kind of flows into the thing that like it takes a drop of Leviathan blood, and that like you can recognize it by the smell. That's water from one of the canals.
Ugh. Ugh. Gross.
So
That's like
then
wearing poop.
there's like other like things around that look like they get added to this mix, but it's like a whole bunch of canal water and like a tiny little bit of Leviathan blood, and then
that's the
like,
whole drug.
yeah, that's like the bulk of like the ingredients, and then it's like this whole process.
So nasty. Are they at least distilling the water? Are they at least cleaning it? Oh.
Remember when you like put it on the slide and you saw bacteria in it, like the drug? Like yeah. Oh. Yeah.
from the water. Awesome.
Oh, so you get like really high, but you're gonna die of like cholera. It's gonna get you.
Best
cool.
case
Not gonna be
scenario.
bothered
Fantasy
by it.
cholera.
Yeah.
Steampunk cholera.
Yeah, thank you. That's empty is well taken care of now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
hope it's the cholera that gets you and not the Leviathan blood. So that's yeah. Come on, Steph, tell him about the eyes. Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
into a
so
cube.
we're down here looking in this like little lab, and like I think we're probably reaching the point where like Brill is probably going to start to notice there's people down here.
you said he was
Uh,
hammering on something.
Yeah,
right?
he was over there like breaking something up.
Mhm. So I would just like, I think, to say,
Like
That's a-
he probably like he's stopping and like setting down the hammer and like wiping his brow, but like he hasn't turned around yet.
that's a lot of brute force for just making some drugs, don't you think?
I think he will turn around very fast at that. Um, and
Can I place Ohm like near some papers in the room, like she's speaking, but Ohm is like looking at some papers just absentmindedly
Yeah,
when he turns
yeah.
around. Cool, thank you.
Yeah, so he will turn around real rapidly. He's got like this wooden mallet that's like the edges of it are all kind of ragged because he's been using it to like smash up um whatever this does. Like it makes like it like I'm totally stealing everything I can for Breaking Bad here. It makes like
Of
this
course.
sheet that he has to like smash up into like powder and like crystals. So
Mhm.
it's like it was a wooden mallet, like little wooden headed hammer, but it's all kind of jagged
It's a
and like
bar
has
mallet.
little filters or fibers around the edge from like smashing stuff with it all the time. But he has that in his hand. He's like, "Who the fuck are you? How'd you get in here?"
Hi, bro. Let's talk. And then Demas will tip something breakable over that's sitting on a shelf or something.
Yes.
Just like a beaker or just some glassware, and just like knock it over and just be like, "Let's talk."
Can Ohm stop that from falling over and be like, "This is very good glassware. I need it."
Oh, Ohm can resist it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Of course.
I would love to resist that from
Okay.
breaking. Try and claim it for myself.
Yeah, that's prowess to resist that one.
Okay.
The Three
Prowess.
Stooges.
Mike said, "Oh, you want to give yourself stress? Sure,
Sure.
go
Yeah,
for it."
absolutely.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you clear one. No, you take one.
One
Alright.
stress. Yeah, you stop it before it hits the ground. I think Demas, like there was some stuff there like it's not like dominoes, but like there's a bunch of stuff like across this table, and like you push on one side, and the thing that falls off the other side is like um Ohm catches the important part before it hits the ground, but there is
Cool.
like a beaker and flask that like hits the ground and shatters, and like a bunch of liquid goes everywhere. And
Yeah.
Ohm, you probably realized that like, oh, this is like a spirit jar. Like there's a ghost inside this, and they were using this kind of like the Bunsen burner to cook something with like ghost energy. So
Yes. Can I very quickly like turn it off and just bag it?
well, there's no turning it off. It's like it's I mean, there's a
Oh, it's
ghost trapped
always
inside this thing.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's always
This
going to be
is
producing flame no matter what.
well, it's not producing flame. It was connected to something else that
Okay,
was
got it.
like,
But
you
it
know,
will
kind of like
produce
it was
flame.
producing like a spark from it, but
Oh,
like,
cool.
you know,
Okay,
but like
gotcha.
that
So
piece
they had
kind
hooked
of
it up to a thing that
disconnects.
then produced flame off the ghost energy, but I have the ghost energy in my hand.
Yeah. The
Awesome. I'm just gonna drop that in my bag.
You mean
Okay.
you have ghost energy in
Oh,
your bag?
did we do loadout? We didn't do loadout.
No, we didn't.
I
Oh.
did a normal loadout.
I
Okay.
did light.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going normal too because we're gonna sell
Screw
it.
this guy. Yeah. Okay.
Better to be
Um,
prepared.
I'm just trying to check because I think, sorry,
Should
spirit bottles are the name. But like two of them are one load. So
yeah. Oh, really?
we won't worry about it for right now. That's more like if Maisley was there and needed to produce one to capture something, Maisley has one of
Right.
those.
Do I need to grab some burglary tools or something to justify a bag?
I don't think so. No,
Okay, cool.
because like burglary tools, like it starts to set out like you know we
Right.
have this and that.
Got it.
But yeah, I'll throw another tick onto the like, how the hell does lure work? It's like, yeah, it's canal water and Leviathan blood, and like it's cooked in the spark from like a ghost jar, a spirit bottle.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Are you
Yeah,
really
I'll
gonna
just be
come
absentmindedly apparently stealing from this guy while y'all do your
do it?
conversation. Very sorry. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I think it's also fair for me to mark one on the like he seeks revenge clock for like, oh, we're just gonna start smashing crap. Like,
Well, that sure does sound like my trauma just caused me some trouble. I'm into it. Let's do it.
okay, noted.
What are you going to do? Come at us with your hammer?
Um, he's like, oh, yeah, okay. Mike's stuck for words. He has some sort of a snarky comeback, I'm sure.
Mhm.
He snarks you for 3d6. No.
Vicious
Biting
mockery.
rebuke.
I think, yeah, he's there and he's got his back to the table and he's like, oh yeah, the hammer. That's the thing you got to worry about. And then like his left hand comes up off the table with like a flintlock.
Mm.
Can I use my concealed palm pistol and just right back at him, just gun in your face? Like, hey,
Oh
we
yeah,
can play that
you
game.
can check the box and we can have a standoff here all day. It'll be
I
great.
mean, it's it's free. Might as well. It's italicized. Yeah, he'll just trigger that and just point at me like, okay.
No, yeah, so he'll be there like hammer in one hand, flintlock in the hand, like, I don't know who the hell you are. Get the fuck out.
Oh, see, you're about to find out who we are. Um, that's like you are working in an area you shouldn't be working in, dealing in something you shouldn't be dealing in, and now it's time to talk about it. So put your gun down and your hammer.
He puts the hammer on the counter. And
Demas will just say,
he puts the gun into his main hand.
Demas will say, you don't want to see what she has up her sleeve, so I would consider it.
Empty, looking still at these papers, says, Brill, I didn't realize you were literate. Clearly, these are not your notes. Who taught you how to do this?
I love Empty Om. I love him so much. Can we keep him forever?
I believe the term is stan. We stand, Empty
We
Om.
stand Empty Om.
I still don't know what that means. Moving on. Like,
Have you heard the
Oh,
Eminem
Stan,
song?
it's an Eminem. We'll
anyway,
explain it for you later.
we'll talk
yeah.
after. We'll
That's
add
in
it.
the that's in the
We already have a list
post-show
of post-show
podcast.
discussion points. We'll add that to the list. Okay. Hang on. Sorry. WTF is Stan. Okay.
GM notes must understand. Player
My
insight
players
notes.
say things and I don't know what they mean. I feel obligated to know what they mean. All right. Like, I know it's a
This is
seemingly
pop
good thing,
culture.
so like
Oh God.
yes. Unless you're doing some sort of an action, he
I would
holds
love
fast as like,
Yeah, I was just
this
trying to
is
needle him.
this is my gun. Click, get the fuck out of my cellar. Right?
I mean, if
like,
it makes him feel better, he can hold on to it. But like, I mean, I could also roll command and politely ask him to put that down, please.
yeah. Well, command's not so much politely asking to put that down. It's like, put the fucking gun down.
That's what Demas thinks is a polite asking. If he weren't being polite, he wouldn't ask.
It's polite that I'm using words instead of bullets to make you drop that gun.
It's polite that I haven't shot you yet.
I would like to consort with him, because he is a rival, in order to gain access to information on what the hell he is doing here and why he is mixing Leviathan blood and swamp water
Canal
to
water.
make a drug. And from that, I would like to know how the hell to get rid of him or use him to my benefit.
Sorry, distracted by chat. You could use consort to talk to him. Try to determine. I think we need to decide on one or the other. Like, are we trying to find out about Lure, or are we trying to find out about getting rid of Brill?
I think we should
Yeah, I think
find out. We should finish that clock.
I was trying
Of
to open the
lore?
door there, but I don't
Yeah.
actually
Mhm.
have like a lot of social skills.
We'll go for lore then.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once we figured out the lore situation, it doesn't really matter what Brill is about.
Well, right, like that Leviathan blood has to be worth a lot of money, right? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
Ohm is definitely closer to that Leviathan blood than when this scene started, just so as you know. He's
And
looking at papers, but he's shifting his body in that direction.
and we're shifting to the opposite so that we can keep his attention away from
You're the best. Thank you.
What's my
You're just
tradition?
feeding my
It's a
vice. You're just
circle.
feeding my obsession now. Thank you. You're enabling me.
That's what I'm here for.
I mean, we're scoundrels, and isn't that what scoundrels do? They just enable each other until everybody's rich or dead.
Pretty much.
Well,
What
let's see
would my
which one we can end up
position
with
be,
tonight. Like,
sir?
your position for trying to have a social talk with him right now is desperate.
Woo, go Dustin.
Hey, come on, convince me. Let me like, just tell me the thing. Like,
Okay,
desperate.
I have the effect scared right now. So
Mhm.
what should my effect be?
So I was going to say your effect would be limited.
Mm-hmm.
If you're scared too, then your effect is none unless you push to raise it to limited.
I'll push.
Okay.
Right? That's just 2 stress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll push. So limited.
Yep.
Okay. Any bonus dice?
Since you already pushed for effect, you can't push for a bonus die.
Can I give a bonus die because of my like snide comment about Brill not being literate, and that these are clearly not his field notes about how the cook is, to like jar him off a little bit so that she comes in with the left hook, like I jabbed and she's left hook on the conversation side.
Yes, so you can do one of two things there. One is you can spend 1 stress to give her an extra die. The
Done.
other is that you could do a setup action, and then based on that setup action, her effect level would come up.
I would. Well, what do you want? Do you want a better effect or another die?
Another die, I think.
Okay, I'll spend the stress to give her another die.
Okay.
Bam. No.
That's okay.
So that's a mixed result. A mixed result. Okay, so yeah, so a mixed result, a full result with limited would be 1 tick. So he does spill more information. Put another tick on that clock. Like, he's like, oh, screw you, that's absolutely my notes. I know what's going on with this thing. And like, you have to mix the right amount of Leviathan blood and the right amount of water and then treat it with some something wort. And, like he knows like this process. Like it's documented and it's mostly by him. That said, it's a partial success. And I think the side effect there is that like while he's been talking to Maribel and Demas on this side of the room and Ohm is over here, he's been inching that direction to where Ohm is. So he's still got like the flintlock pointed like Maribel and Demas's direction, but he's kind of like able to like, push Ohm like, no, you give back from my beaker of Leviathan blood. And I like you are in arm's reach of him to do something bad, and
Okay.
he's still got like he's wearing like an apron. He's probably got like he had like a leather like he probably was wearing a spirit mask of some sort that's like kind of like up from when he was doing the process because like these fumes and like sparking ghost crap and like Leviathan blood like you wear a spirit mask for doing that kind of
Yeah,
crap.
he had all the right equipment
But
on.
he's also like
yeah.
The gun was on the table, but like behind him, he's still got like the you can see the hilt of another blade, like kind of in the small of his back. It's
Yeah.
like accessible there.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Might
Good.
not be the only one in the small of his back by the time this conversation's over. Griffith's not here to threaten violence, so I have to do all of it instead of just some of it.
You have that like WWGD bracelet. Like, what would Griffith
What
do?
would
Like,
Griffith do? Yeah. And it's correct whether he's on the job or off the job, because both names start with G.
That's right. That's right.
I wonder, Demas, if you want to make an action, because if we can close out the find out about your clock, I'd like to use sway on the get Brill to move or leave.
Okay. Sure. I have.
wait, that was sorry. 1 second.
Or if you want me to sway and then you want to beat the shit out of him, because I know you have.
I might be able to finish out the clock by
Okay.
doing a study of all the notes again. You know,
Sure.
Do that.
while he's having this conversation with you all, he's pushed me away from the beaker a little bit. Maybe I can very quickly scan, the rest of his field notes to put the whole picture together for me.
That would be
Yeah.
super.
So
And
yeah,
you can
Styx
Do
will.
that. I've got things to do after that.
I was
Okay,
gonna
cool.
say-
All right, cool. So yeah, Styx is gonna, reluctantly be pushed away from the beaker and like still kind of distracted by it, but is gonna, get back to the papers and turn a couple of them over because he hasn't been pushed away from that just yet,
Yeah.
and try and get the last of the missing information about this drug, and maybe figure out is the Leviathan blood refined or unrefined, or maybe in his papers he's got something in here about the sourcing and that kind of thing. So he's
Okay.
gonna study those papers as quickly as possible. I kind of feel like my position is either risky or desperate because he's gonna probably see what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, no,
And
he's on high alert at this point, and you're like digging through his important stuff. That's
Good.
desperate.
Okay, cool. Effect.
I kind of want to say limited.
Okay.
Just because like we can't really like settle in and like really ingest all this. We're kind of like, what's on this page? Can we figure it out like
my
while he's
name
watching?
slipped. I moved this paper to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
do
That makes sense to me. Bonus die. Man. What if I knew I was going to a lab and I brought with me a bunch of like a chemistry type lab? I knew I was going to some sort of drug lab.
Mhm.
What if I brought documents that I could very quickly hot swap while I know his attention is on them?
Yes.
So maybe I don't get to know it right now in this moment, but I get to like scatter some papers out that have chemical formulas on them and things like that, and swipe some of his papers from the desk and do like a real quick, wax on, wax off type situation where, in a moment of distraction, I get the important information off the table and replace it with dummy documents that look at a glance like, oh yeah, those are still chemistry things. And if I look closely, then they're obviously fake, but
Now you're thinking of flashbacks.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking here. I'm trying to burn some of my my stockpile here, some of my my loadout.
Yeah, I think the difference there is if you're filtering through his papers and trying to like parse the actual information on them, that's a study. If you're trying to swap it out,
that's a good point. So let me
that's
cancel
like
on the study.
finesse.
I'm not studying. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So finesse or prowl as a sleight of hand thing doesn't matter to me. Either way is fine.
I think finesse is usually more for like sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
stuff.
Yep.
Finesse says, yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm still desperate because I'm doing it right next to him. And okay, so submit on that, and then limited or standard?
I think it's still limited.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I'm not
crap.
gonna be able to grab all. I'm not gonna be able to grab all the papers. I'm gonna
Ah.
grab a couple of papers, and hopefully they're the useful ones, kind of thing.
Look at
Sorry,
him.
I had a brill the whole time and I forgot about it. Set it up. Okay.
Definitely looks like a guy we should screw over for sure.
All right, so I'm going to bring my documents to play. What I'm edging for here, if I can argue for it, is bonus die, that I get to steal his papers and replace them with dummy papers that look sciencey, so that he wouldn't notice the swap. And see if that gets me a bonus die on this, or increases my effect. Either one would be great.
Now, what would using the loadout item do in this case?
Right. Yeah, my
like, I
hope
feel
is
like
to not get caught that I just stole his papers.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to have like specialized paper, that's something that you did get in the flashback. And then it's like it's one stress to have gotten that,
Okay.
right? Like something
Okay.
that isn't totally out of bounds, but like is kind of like a special request.
Right.
Yeah. 'Cause I think
So I'm
that's
down with spending the stress, but is there any payout in spending that stress?
yeah, that gives you an extra setup, so it'll bring you from like limited to standard.
Okay. Okay, cool. So
That's good.
I'm into that.
That makes it much more likely that we're going to finish this clock.
Standard.
Roll.
Okay, cool. All right. So bonus die, unless one of y'all can give me like a sudden movement or something like that as a way to distract his attention. I don't think I have the stress to do a bonus die for myself.
I can stress
Awesome.
to keep his attention.
After this session, I'm definitely taking that thing that lets me help people without paying stress.
Oh yeah.
I've now decided.
I'm also like taking it from your book.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 4 helps with no stress.
I'm gonna be super powerful after this.
Yeah.
So
We'll go ahead and get that.
Stress for that.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the campaign. We can have fun the rest of the campaign because we got good stuff.
All right. So I'm going to grab one bonus die from Maribel for trying to distract him a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that is. I think we'll just go with like instead of getting the full 2 clicks because you came up with the partial success, you'll get 1 click.
Okay.
And I think he gets into Styx's face.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't notice that you make the swap, but like he notices like you're fucking with stuff. So it's like, yeah, he goes from like, standing next to you and like guns on them and like hand on you to like push you back from stuff to being like, yeah, they're over there talking shit and one of them has like the little pepper box pistol, but like I told you to not stay out of my fucking stuff. Like
I think that's the end of
Yeah.
I think that's the end of Demas's patience. I would like to quickly cross the room and just put him on the ground. Just on the ground. Just tackle him, whatever. Like maybe slide under a table or something. I don't know, but just really get over there and he's just on the ground. Like sweep the legs. However you want to do it.
Do it.
But I feel like in any case it's a skirmish.
I mean there's a like it's if you want to like do it that way, it's a skirmish. You could also argue for I flip a table full of beakers and shit on top of him to wreck. But
no, I don't want to. I want to minimize.
Yeah.
I want to minimize damage to the lab, but I want to maximize damage to like his soft bits.
Soft bits.
And I feel like it's a desperate position because he's still got a gun in his hand, and I'm crossing a rather large room.
Yeah. Well, it's
like,
it's not. It's I don't think it's that you have to cross the big room. It's like this is like there's a bunch of stuff crammed into a root cellar to make it into like a cook lab. So it's like it's more wiggling around tables to come here and like swoop in on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you're a bull in a china shop, and the china shop is full of stinky, powerful chemicals.
Yeah, so
and, like,
we'll call that
demon
position
blood
desperate.
And like ghost bits. Yeah, yes,
yeah,
definitely desperate.
What's my effect on that?
If you pull it off, it's standard.
Okay.
If I pull it off, that's you're kind of like trying to like your aim in terms of outcome here is like like knee on top of his chest, on top of him on the floor with the gun kind of deal, or like...
Yeah, I was thinking like he's face down, knee on like the back of the, because he's like sort of shifted his attention to Ohm, so I think I kind of get the drop on him just a little bit.
You're kind of
and
coming
then,
around the
like,
other side too.
and then just he's face down, like knee on the back of the neck. He's not going anywhere.
I will totally spend a stress to give you a bonus die.
Okay.
To be like,
kick the gun away if he drops it.
Yeah, like that kind
Yeah.
of thing. You know, just
Mhm.
have him. He's out, and I'll also push myself on this because I don't have a lot of stress going on here.
Okay.
So push myself and help. So what does that do? Is that
That's
two bonus dice, or is that
Yeah.
okay?
Nice.
I mean,
Works
unless you wanted to push for effect or position. But
what would great effect be as opposed to standard?
I think great effect on that would be like you definitely have him down. The gun goes skittering across the room. You like yank the knife that's in the sheath out and like kind of toss it off to the side.
you
So
have him
to
dead to
move
rights
around
kind
and
of
get
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that because also that's like hedging my bet just in case I get less effect from like a mixed
like
success.
if he ends up having to do something like that would be if he does something afterwards, like it's going to affect it.
Mhm. Okay.
If we have blowback from this roll, it's still a desperate roll, so it's still potentially bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
cool.
us is getting shot.
So I got one bonus die and then extra effect.
Yeah.
For the two things
Awesome.
there.
Awesome.
Just submit that one, see what happens. Okay. Mixed. We got something.
Okay. All right, you come around the table.
Just give it to me.
You grab him like kind of by the scruff of the neck and like kind of lean into him. And that's when there's the big loud bang that leaves everybody's ears ringing. And in a second we'll get to like Ohm waking up on the floor.
Oh no.
Armor.
But like you land on his back. He's down. The gun, like it slides away from his hand, like still smoking, and then you're able to like pull. He's got like one of those like Akarosi knives where the lines are like all straight and angled kind of deal, like the ones on the cover, like such as like he's he's an Akarosi guy. He's got one of those style knives, and you're able to like kind of like knock it to the side where it's maybe not completely out of reach, but like he'd have to like wrestle through you to like really get it back again to be able to try to do anything with it. I kind of want to say you take level 2 kneecapped.
I want to resist and wear armor.
Well, you get to do one of those things.
Oh, really?
You can either resist or you can use armor to bring it down. Yeah.
Okay, so the armor.
Just click the two boxes, I think.
Yep.
Did you have any other harm left?
No, I had no
okay,
other harm.
cool.
So if I do armor, then that takes it down by 1. So it's a level...
it'll be level 1. Like either one of those, whatever you do, instead of it being like level 2 kneecapped, it's like level 1 flesh wound, right?
Right.
Like,
okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
I think the armor's better, so you can save your stress.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I don't imagine us needing a lot of crazy tools in this necessarily.
We're not gonna go for demolition tools where you get to have like a crowbar and stuff, unless like.
Well, if I need to break his knee, yes.
I've got like a gun, so like that's kind of, I think that's got us covered as far as the needing to do violence against Brill part.
Right.
And I've got more of them. That's just the one I keep in my sleeve. That's the small one.
Yeah, he's wriggling, right? Like he doesn't want to be down here. He's pissed off. He is not. He's not in a mood to chat about this right now.
Demas will get like uncomfortably close and just say, "You can stop moving, or I can shoot. I really don't care either way."
I would love.
That's how I feel about it.
I would love it if Ohm in this moment could dose this guy with an alchemical poison.
Um,
I
think we need a moment to get there, right?
Okay, cool.
Right now, Ohm is like Oh, how did I get onto my back? Why
right,
does
cool.
my leg feel like it's on fire? What is this fountain of blood?
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Fair enough.
Maribel has been watching this whole time. So I think Maribel, if she has
Yes,
something to
because
go
that
for,
was like I expected Demons to do something at some point, but maybe I wasn't like didn't think that was gonna.
I think you were probably.
Regardless,
I would imagine just like because I taking the like Demus has definitely been different.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That whole
yeah.
I don't think you were expecting that. Like
I was expecting
necessarily.
a thing to happen. I
Yeah.
think probably I wasn't expecting him to rush across the room. So where is Brill? Is he standing up? Is he on the ground?
Oh, he's on the ground.
Brill is lying on the ground.
And
Demus is
Demas, you
over him.
are over him.
Still
Yeah.
got the pistol. It's there, but now it's much closer.
Cool. I am going to look around the situation and then my mind just blanked on what I want to do. I will go over with my cane and like poke his shoulder with it, like keep it just kind of like on his shoulder. And just ask, you are going to tell us what you're doing here, what you are making, and then you're going to leave. And I would like to sway.
Okay.
Because I'm very charming. I'm so charming in this moment.
You have a good bit of leverage, I feel like, too, in this situation.
I am clicking the cane sword on my loadout, just in
Okay.
case it
Are
does anything
are
other
you
than.
just like? Are you just pressing? Do you just like have like the cane kind of down next to him, or have you like like?
I think I think it's that scene of like I have part of like the wooden pole in one hand, right, and then the cane in the other, or the sword in the other,
Mm-hmm.
and like the just point of it is like just kind of in his shoulder, not not just so he knows it's there, much like he knows the pistol is there. He's gonna get this one of two ways, like so. Yeah, and then I would like to sway him.
Okay.
Is that cool? Is that
Yeah. I mean, it's desperate and limited because he's not interested in like having conversation at this point anymore.
Do you have any command?
I don't. No, that's yours. Um, can I bring the effect to standard in any way? Or
Um. Right now, it looks
We're
like we end
kind
up
of
playing the same game again, where it's like it's limited and you're getting knocked down to 0,
okay,
and pushing brings it back to limited.
that's fine.
could I help since I'm there and providing some leverage in the situation as like I've
Like
got him.
literally.
Um.
Like, and I can pay stress for that if you
Well,
like whatever I need to do for him.
it's not. If you want to manipulate the dice pool, it's stress.
Mhm.
If you want to do an action that's going to change the effect level, then it's an action to do it.
I could try to command him because I have a like you better listen, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think,
I mean,
or we could just get the bonus die.
Yeah, I mean whichever you prefer.
Let's go with the bonus die.
Okay. So it's one stress to help somebody?
yeah, one stress to help somebody else with a die.
Cool. Marked.
Bonus die for using the sword, or no? No, it's fine.
Um, is it marked as being a fine weapon or anything like that? It's just like it's not.
No, it's just part of my personal loadout.
Um, sure.
Thank you, O Benevolent GM.
Ooh,
5 dice. Damn.
and an actual full-on success. Um, so I forget what you were commanding him to do
I'm
because we bounced around a fair amount after that. Sorry.
so I wanted to clear out the rest of the lore, but yeah, basically I'm trying to find out why the hell he's here and then make him leave. Is why is yeah.
Yeah, so I think like first priority is to find out if there are any ticks left over for some reason. Goes in
Then
the please
to-
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please, yes,
off a
leave.
limited roll, there's not going to be ticks left over.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so do we want? So am I only getting one
Oh.
tick?
Yeah.
Oh, Brill's so mad. I just noticed how mad Brill is.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. We have like 2 ways of figuring this out.
Yeah.
Like getting Brill to move or leave might be throwing him in the bottom of a canal right now. I'll finish out the lore.
Okay.
I've said it before. I don't care either way.
I know you don't. I know you don't, Demas.
That's
Yeah.
the fun part.
Yeah, so how the conversation goes, I'm not super clear on how to he's on the ground and he's got somebody on his
Crying?
back. He's not crying. He is still actively pissed off at y'all. He's got, your sword poking him in the shoulder. He's got a dude with like his knee in his back. But he does end up spilling the last couple bits. Yeah, lure is made from canal water and Leviathan blood. It is
That's
then
gross. I tell him that. That's disgusting.
hey,
But continue.
he doesn't make up what works, just shit happens. Yeah. Uh, uh,
Can't control chemistry.
yeah. It's made from Leviathan blood combined with water. It is actually mostly water, and then it gets cooked down, and it's, things. Um, there is a tendency for the people who take it for a long amount of time to start exhibiting like demonic features, and like mental issues, like semi-possession type issues. And that the beaker that's up there of Leviathan blood is actually Leviathan blood that's been exposed to another item. It is blood that has come in contact with a gem called the Leviathan's Eye. And that's part of the cooking process too.
Well, now I know why you wanted to call the show the Leviathan's Eye.
That's the next episode then when we steal that. I don't know if this requires another action roll, but I would also beg the question of this investigation on the blue coat side is much larger than just you. If you'd like to elaborate on what else is going on, because it's not just him,
That
as far as the blue coats know.
So one, yeah, that would be another action roll to get that information out of him. I think even though he's there on the ground and you're on top of him, I think there's a section here where he kind of like rolls under you and like elbows you to try to get you off him.
Mhm.
You should take that thing. You should take the thing that you want while he's down.
Yes, I would very much like to poison this guy.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
I would. I mean,
he's-
like, if Ohm gets an action in here, oh, that's a good point, actually. I think if Ohm gets to get up, he's probably gonna go for that beaker.
Yeah. So first we'll do this guy rolls over and like he does catch Demas and knock him off of his back. Demas, you'll get like level 1 stunned.
I'll shoot him.
I'll stab him.
But you can see that his eyes are like the edges of like his like the colored portions of his eyes, like one they're completely black. Before he had like blue eyes, and like the edges are not static circles, like they're moving.
I would say if he's really made an effort to break free, Demas would have shot him already.
Okay.
Like that's just where I'm at.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, like he's still going.
Yeah, that's
To
fine.
get
He elbows
that
you, and
cold
there's the whole
condition
like
off you.
level 1 thing, but like
Mhm.
yeah. So either like you can resist or armor that if you want, and then we can resolve shooting.
I'll armor that.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah,
got
if he is getting away from Demas, I will also stab him because my sword is right there.
Okay.
But I will let
Yeah.
Demas shoot him first because apparently
because it's like, you know, I got the
that's
gun against
faster than anything.
his back. If he goes to elbow me, like it's just going into the
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right where the gun was, you
Yeah,
know,
like
it's
this is
going.
yeah, whatever you do here, it's not a desperate roll because you were very much in a good spot for doing it.
Yeah.
But he tries to make a break for it.
Okay,
And he's
that's
quite
it.
strong, and his eyes are like all over the
Yeah.
place.
So I mean, what do I need to roll to just ice him? Because that's where I'm at. Sorry.
That's
It's fine.
I just don't care enough to keep him alive. I think we got enough.
you can skirmish with an opponent in close combat. You can
I think that's the only
hunt a
one that it could
target.
be.
I mean, that like, well, it's also like of the options that are going to be there, that's your highest one. So, like,
Yeah. Okay, so what's the position?
honestly, your position is probably controlled because
Okay.
you were on top of him. Yes, like you had the gun there; it was right there. He
Uh,
knew it
what's
was
the
right there, and then he
what's the effect on that one?
um, it's great,
Great.
right? Like you had the gun; it's right there,
I'm
and I think
gonna
like
push myself as well because I'm exhausted with this situation and ready for it to be over.
okay.
So I get, I don't know. Does anybody else like is Melbar? Are you helping, or are you intending to do something afterward, or because like the sword's there and it probably
I
doesn't
think
feel great
it's-
if he's squirming around with it in his shoulder.
I'll
He probably should have let out like some sort of like unnatural noise too, but like,
I will push
Naturally.
to
Yeah.
help and give a bonus die.
Cool.
Okay.
That is like the last push I can do, y'all.
Cool. Well, I don't think we're gonna have a problem much longer.
Well,
yeah.
We can hope. Okay, so 2 bonus dice. Submit. Oh, really? Okay. Damn. That's rough. That's
Tough.
a bad die roll.
Oh.
Good news is consequences on controlled rolls are not that bad.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's not like you shot yourself in the leg.
No.
Yeah. Um,
Like one of the examples is like, you realize this isn't a good thing. Try again. Like in the book for controlled rolls, it's like, hey, maybe that didn't work. Try again. But you know.
so I think part of that is that like as he's like squirming and like flipping underneath you, like you had it kind of like behind his head and he kind of moves, so like it ends up kind of like at his cheek. And it does like, it's the little pepper box pistol with like the 4 or 6 little tiny barrels. And like it does go like in one side and out the other. And he just doesn't seem to give a shit.
That's good to know.
He probably like opens his mouth wider than he should and makes another like weird, gross, like somewhere between the roar of a lion and a steam whistle type noise.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of all in here. I don't know where that puts me, but
what you got, David?
I would really love to poison this guy right now.
that works too.
So let
Would
me.
Let's
really
he will-
poison this guy.
He's not even paying attention to what's around him anymore, but like he's
Mhm.
like he moved you off his back without a whole lot of effort on his part. And he does grab the edge of that table that like the Leviathan blood beaker's on and like flip it in your direction.
Change my action. I'm going for the Leviathan
Yeah.
blood. Poisoning this guy is the last thing on Ohm's mind right now. He's gonna save that blood.
I was gonna say, yeah, like it doesn't hurt Demas. Like it doesn't like land on him and like you don't take any harm, but like it's it's flipped and there's glass all over the place. Like shit's dangerous and like it's kind of in the way, but like you can still get over it if you need to.
Sure it is.
But yeah, that beaker is like we're
Get the
crashing
beaker.
down unless somebody's gonna like. I resist it smashing on the ground.
I resist it smashing on the ground. I'm gonna run in there and
He
catch.
said the magic
Okay,
words.
cool.
Yes. I resist it getting wrecked.
Yeah, so you can resist with prowess there to try to
Like do a leap and grab kind of situation.
yeah, like Ohm like dives across the room with his hands forward. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Um I am compelled, I think, to spend stress to fulfill my obsession here to get this thing.
so that's
Is that too stress?
well that's two separate things. So resist
Okay.
is like trading an effect for stress,
Gotcha.
versus spending stress to improve something that's going on.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind then. All right. Well, yeah, Ohm is all in on this to get this beaker. Is there like a devil's bargain or something I can make to get some bonus die?
Not on a resistance roll, no.
Perfect. All right, cool. Boom. Fuck.
Oh, so that is 3 stress.
Yeah.
Can you take 3
Uh-huh.
stress?
How many stress
No.
did you have left? Oh no.
Oh.
Wait, so what happens?
I go into
You just
trauma.
have a trauma, right?
He
go to
he
a-
lands in it, he catches it, and he kind of like, slides over into like the edge of the room, and like, Ohm is like
But he succeeds.
zoned. Yes, you do succeed.
Mhm.
You do save this jar of like weird Leviathan blood that's been dosed with like some crystal or something. So
Yep.
yeah,
But I get a second layer of trauma, and I still end up with 1 stress because it carries over, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. This is going.
So yeah, Ohm is
a lot of
like cupping
ways.
it like it's a cherished pet and is
Yeah.
crying.
Well, he's
That he-
he's
that he-
he's obsessed with it. Yeah, he's like, yes,
that
it's
they've
here.
that
I
they've
have
saved.
it. Yeah.
Well, and like is probably weeping at the thought that it might have gone, right? That it might have been it lost. So there's like all these emotions crashing, and Ohm is probably not useful for a bit.
Yeah. Ohm is
What
out
is
of
the
commission
difference?
for the rest of the scene. Yeah.
What is the difference between a pistol and a large weapon or an unusual weapon?
A pistol is like a flintlock. A
Okay.
large weapon is like a sword, and an
Mhm.
unusual weapon is like spiked nunchucks or a polearm. Like,
Or a Scovlin sea axe.
yeah.
Okay. This is not going great in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because Demon's about to start wailing on this guy with whatever he's got. Like that's it.
Yeah. And I think because I realize we're running low on time, so like we're kind of we're yeah, we'll take another action here, and then it's either like we you have the opportunity to blow him away, or otherwise like he's screeching and making terrible noises and headed towards that door with like the weird ghost lock to it. It's still
Are
open.
shotguns a thing?
No.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to take out a pistol and clock this guy and
Just
see if I can
like try to pick him off
if
with
I
it.
see if I can just see if I can kill him. Just see if I
Okay.
can finesse or what?
You can argue in favor of one thing or another if you like.
I would like to
Finesse.
sway him into dying by a bullet. That
Yes.
is
It's limited. It has
the
0 effect.
best.
Now let's manipulate it
Don't
with stress. Yeah.
move.
Don't move. I'm going to shoot you in the head. I think it's gonna be finesse, just so it's the kind of aiming and putting it somewhere.
Uh,
That would be
yeah,
Hunt.
that's like
Also Hunt falls under that because it's like
Yeah.
firing with precision or whatever.
Well, I don't have any dots in Hunt.
well,
Do you have one of
finesse is also
those?
like employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand as part of it too. So that could be like, you do pull something else out and like you throw it kind of like towards him, but like try to distract him. Well, like it's meant to be the distraction so that you can fire on him.
I will take that, please.
So like, like, oh, I take throwing knives too, and I'm not really trying to like hit because I don't care about hitting him with the throwing knives, but like it's a distraction so that I can.
Position?
Position is,
Desperate?
I don't think it's desperate.
Okay.
Just because like he's kind of on the opposite side of the room. It's probably risky.
Okay. Effect.
Standard, which I think comes down to limited for you right now.
I'll help. Since I'm still wrestling with the guy.
Okay, so that puts me to standard.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And I
Or
will.
I think that gives you an extra die.
Yeah, that's an extra die.
Okay, I will spend 2 stress to bring the effect to standard.
Okay.
And then I will take a
And
bonus
you have an
die
extra
from
die. Yeah.
Demas.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try to like get him into position to be shot since we're kind of like wrestling is how I'm kind of helping.
Yeah. So I think he kind of flipped that table kind of between you, but like there's the chance to kick it towards him, which you do, and then she puts a bullet through his face, and this time he does. Well, he still doesn't give a shit, but he slumps down in a pile because she put a bullet through his face. So that was a crit for anybody watching at home.
Those really sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Good. That's good for me.
Yeah, so Brill, like, his head kind of pops. He slumps back
Scatter.
against that door with like the ghost things and like you hear it click. But you've got the key and you know that like you shift your perception to open it, you can get back out, it's fine. And then like leaves a big like mark behind the back of his head as he slides down the floor to end up sitting on the floor. Slides down the door to end up sitting on the floor.
I have a not great idea.
Hey,
And
I
I
guess
think the
this
two of
counts
you
as
should
filling
run.
the get Brill to move or leave clock too, right? That's
I think you two should run.
He left.
What?
yeah, oh yeah, he's not coming back.
He
Yeah.
left. He's gone.
That said, bong.
Yeah, I have I have an idea. I have a plan. I have an idea. You guys need to go.
What do you mean? Let's get out of here.
Okay. Well, I was thinking this out of character that like we could.
He's legitimately asking what you mean. Like he's not shutting you down. It's just,
like,
what do you mean?
well, the cops are looking for him, and I could say that I found him and he attacked me. Therefore, this had to happen.
What
The spirit wardens will still not care about that answer.
Yeah, that's my
Oh.
question is like what is the thing there? Like can you be like it was self-defense? Like what does that argument do in Duskfall?
With 3 sway.
Depends on who you end up talking to and how much money you have when talking to them. But like with the spirit wardens, like there's a death here, and that's probably going to take precedence over like they're going to
They
come
can't
here to deal with
divine,
that and be
right?
upset. Yeah, but they're not the cops.
Okay, then never mind. Let's run. Then
Yeah, I mean
Let's go.
it's easier
Yeah.
to not be here when like people show up.
Demon
take
will try
whatever-
to grab any papers that look important since Ohm doesn't really seem in the state to do so.
I will be getting Ohm out.
Yeah, so I think Demas, you can
If I need to roll something to do that, I can.
No, there's a stack in the corner where it's not so much that like there's a bunch of papers as much as like there's a little crappy little lockbox. That like you can see it clearly has no lock on it in exactly the same way that the door had no lock on it. So like, kind of like that skeleton key, like oh, in the ghost field you can see a keyhole and it's by the same shitty people who use the same shitty key for every one of these.
Yeah.
So you're able to like open that little lockbox, which probably has a few pages of notes in it, and it also has like a little coin as a right like sack of cash.
Yeah, because I feel like Demas is like not bothered by this turn of events. Like I feel like he's still just okay. Let's finish the job. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Like because I don't think he has any of that left. frankly.
Maribel
Yeah.
is straight freaked out. So
Yeah.
she's
I
gonna
mean,
concentrate
it's
on getting Ohm out, but she is not in like a good
yeah. No, and I
place.
think
So
Ohm is probably able to kind of like bring it back together enough to like be like, oh wait, I gotta like, yeah, they're helping me up because I'm like limping and
Right.
Yeah,
that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Oma's gonna follow instruction, and they're mobile. They can walk and everything, just not probably in a place of making like good executive decisions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Demas will
Yeah.
place a hand on their shoulder and say, "Grab anything that looks important to you.
Ohm is
We
like,
only have a few moments."
did it? Like,
This is going into the bag.
anything else?
Very well.
The
Anything
papers are
else?
probably good to grab as well.
yeah, I mean, you're still
Okay.
hearing like bong, bong,
We
like
gotta get
you hear
Demas.
the fluttering of wings out in the alleyway behind.
Yeah, we're just cleaning it out and leaving.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can grab stuff of value here and like take off without having
Yeah,
to mess with
Yeah.
anything
that's
else.
that's the thing. That's
Yep.
the plan.
And therein lies the score. So ta-da.
Did he die? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yes.
He's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maribel like critted shooting him.
He was
No, he
sorry. Sticks
Ohm
was
is
asking.
asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Owen was asking
Ohm
in
is
character,
asking.
Oh, yeah.
so out of it that didn't even realize the guy had passed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
he's very, very dead.
Okay.
Sticks. He will not be a problem in the future.
Daddy will not. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Demas is very much in. Everyone else, please stay focused.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
He's
Moving
yeah.
on.
I think it specifically says in here any sorts of emotional or sentimental pleas fall on deaf ears. So
Nice.
pretty much just
Great.
please.
Yeah, then you're able to like grab stuff of value, grab the rest of the notes, and like take off back to the hideout.
I make sure that like the weapons that we used went with us, like our pistols.
Mine's attached to my wrist
Yeah,
Yeah.
making sure.
So-
My cane.
or my forearm, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, then we can do end of session stuff, and I apologize we've run long. Do we still,
That's fine.
is it cool to take a couple more minutes for that? All right.
Yeah, I let Mike know that I was running late.
Okay. Let's see. for the
Maribel's not gonna be good after Maribel's never killed anyone. Lies are one thing. Killing someone like
That's a whole
herself
other
is
thing.
a different
Yeah.
thing. And I didn't take a trauma. So just
Took a
Um,
trauma to not have to deal with that.
Yeah. So,
I was
payoff.
like one stress away. It was fine.
It's plenty of space. You can do anything with one stress.
God.
ugh.
The crew earns 2 rep per score by default. If the target is a higher tier, take +1 rep higher. A lower tier, you take -1 rep. I think it's not necessarily that he's like higher tier, but like going through the notes later, you'll see that like part of this was that the thing that really made him leave the territory he was in before is he went from being like street dealer to like the guy doing the cooking and like having
Right.
everybody else sell the product. Like he
Right.
was
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
a lot more money doing this than he ever was like hawking
he's promoted.
crappy little drugs to like school kids. Yeah.
Um,
So he had other people out there who were selling on his behalf, and like the fact that he's gone is probably worth an extra rep for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Means we're like what 2 from going up in level or
Let's
something.
see.
I keep track of this on the character or the crew tab of my own character sheet as well, just to have.
Oh,
it. So
Didn't
that's
realize you
why
could-
I'm asking. I want to make sure.
I did. Yeah, I didn't
doing
realize
it
you could actually do
correctly.
them as separate or like on the same
Mhm.
character. Yeah, there are 2 more ticks away before we're going from tier 1 and weak to tier 1 and strong.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Keep killing motherfuckers, then
We're gonna keep getting heat.
Yeah. That said, 2 coin for a minor job, 4 coin for a small job, 6 for a standard score, and 8 coin for a big score. I think he, big score, serious loot. He was the deal. He was the cook. He was the distributor. He was like,
We just
up on
killed
the top
Heisenberg.
tier of this. Yeah. somewhere between
Before he taught Jesse.
yeah,
Right.
somewhere
maybe
between
after,
like
we don't know that.
Heisenberg and Gus, like, or a mix of the two. Yeah. So he's 8 coin.
8 coin.
I'm
Holy
Okay.
smokes.
splitting-
We can only fit 2 in our crew stash.
I think you can fit 3 in the crew
Three,
stash.
that's right. Yep.
Okay.
So that leaves 5. And there are 4 of us.
I'm currently without
Yeah.
coin,
Okay.
so I wouldn't be against getting a second coin. But
you
if
got a trauma, take an extra coin. 1 for each of
Yeah.
us, 2 for Ohm.
That works.
And one
was that
for,
one for Griffith as well?
That's
Griffith.
yeah. 3 for the crew, 1 for the whole squad here, and then an extra 1 for Ohm.
Casey mentioned he had to pay back a coin for losing it in the dart game too.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't have room for that, so you can keep it for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't
We'll
have
deal with it
vaults.
later, Casey. You've got a coin for now. It's in your character sheet. Okay. Subtract a coin equal to your tier +1 if you pay a tithe to the ward boss or a larger organization. That ward boss being the red sashes.
I think they're busy right now.
I
Yeah,
think it's
but-
mechanically we have to do it.
Yeah, like we either do it or eventually start losing rep with them.
Do you want to give him your extra coin? Ohm?
I mean,
You're
maybe.
the only one who got anything extra, is why I'm
Yeah.
volunteering you.
Yeah, I think that because the coin isn't really going to help me deal with my trauma. I don't have to deal with my trauma in other ways.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
I'll go ahead
Nomas.
and get rid of my. Hey, thanks a ton, guys.
That's my buddy
awesome.
Noel Mass.
Awesome. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, we were just now doing post heist cleanup. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the coin
You
to
missed the
make
part
sure
where
that
he murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Or one
so
person.
it is your tier +1, so it is actually 2 coin that you're supposed to pay to
Oh.
the red sashes now.
I'll give it my 1 extra if we take one more.
Crew,
out
we
of
can take the other one out of the
Okay.
crew.
Okay. So then the crew has 3.
Yeah, crew has 3.
Okay.
Thanks, Blake.
Oh. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Welcome.
Okay, next up. We do heat.
Oh, good.
We get extra because we killed
Yay.
somebody.
After a score of conflict, the crew takes heat, +1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. He was well-connected, right? There's other dealers who are in the city who were expecting to get their drugs from him.
Right.
Plus
Until
1.
you murdered Sam. Thanks again, Blake Dog. Cool.
That's what I was telling you
thanks,
guys about it.
Blake.
Yeah.
He just does that.
Amazing. Thank you.
Just a good human being that just does that. I don't know.
Okay, so we have 1 heat to start with. Because he was connected. 2 heat because killing was involved. Now, was it smooth and quiet, contained with standard exposure, loud and chaotic, or wild and devastating?
I would say like it all happened in one cellar. So I want to say the height, like the score itself was smooth and quiet with the killing adding the extra heat already.
I think that's fair.
I think aside from the killing, it was smooth and quiet because like it's in a cellar. Like,
We didn't chase him through the streets.
yeah, and there was no in the street. Like no one else who was outside they might have heard a gunshot, and that's it.
Cool. All right. So then the crew has 7 heat right now.
Cool.
Two more. You still have 2 more before you hit like wanted level 3.
God.
Great.
Entanglements.
Real quick,
Oh,
Mike.
God.
Real quick,
Yes.
Mike. For everybody who's joined us, real quick, I just want to say thanks a ton for coming. I want to give away a beta key to Legend Keeper. So if you toss lure into the chat, I will do a quick drawing, and that will get you a beta key into Legend Keeper.
Not only a beta key, but 50 chances to invite your friends to also have Legend Keeper.
Yeah, because once you're in, you can invite 50 of your friends to collaborate in your own world building, your own campaign tracking. They can make their own campaigns and invite 50 of their friends. So it really is like one key generates so many. out of it. It's
I already
really,
have it and can also invite like 50 of you. But please win more. We could just continue to
Yeah,
distribute.
this
See,
is amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Thank you for the raid and for the subs, y'all.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is good. And I'll give it away once we're done with the housework. So we'll keep doing the housekeeping here.
That's probably not good. What
Oh, that's so
Mike
bad.
just rolled there. That's very bad.
One, two, three.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Five,
give it away because I think Mike just TPK'd us. We're just gonna go ahead and give away this this thing. I don't know what that rule is all about.
I don't.
What does that mean?
I forget what page
mean?
is entanglements. Like 152,
Liz Mack.
150 something. No, it's downtime activities.
Yay, Liz!
It's
Oh, wait,
probably
yeah, no.
right before. It should be right before
Right before
downtime
that, yeah.
activities because it's like the.
Oh, that's really bad.
What happened?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Next time
Oh,
we'll
wait,
figure
I'll
out
wait
who's going
for-
to jail. Like
I'll wait
Wait,
for
what?
Mike to tell
I
you.
said,
Somebody's
next
going to
time we'll figure
jail.
out who goes to jail.
That's arrest.
Yeah.
That's a solid arrest.
Like someone
there
just
on
like
the
straight gets arrested?
Mm-hmm.
An inspector presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of your crew. The Bluecoats send a detail to arrest you. Pay them off with coin equal to your wanted level plus 3. Hand someone else over for arrest or try to evade capture. So, guess we know what we're going to do next time.
How long do you go to jail for?
Oh man.
With 2 wanted level, I think it's a few weeks.
You know, you can get some great informants in jail.
Yeah, somebody's go to jail. I'm tempted to.
I'm tempted
personally-
to as well, actually.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't know, like Ohm is not really in a good place to
We
not.
can't all go to jail.
I know, we
need
can't- we
Ohm,
can't-
We
we
need Ohm to
can.
do the we need Ohm to do the masks.
Yeah, we need Ohm to do the
Okay.
masks.
All right.
I think honestly, Demas would probably take that fall if he
Okay.
could, if they would allow him, because he's kind of the
But you're also the Skloven thing, man. Like you're running that. Like
probably lots of Scotlanders in jail.
So,
well,
yeah.
offline. I'll talk to you offline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also, like, I've actually never had anybody end up in jail, so I'm gonna go read that section. It'll be a lot of fun. So
This is fun and juicy. I like
Yeah.
everything about it.
Yeah, okay.
it's juicy. It's
I'm
new
tempted to go
stuff
to jail. Yes,
entirely.
kind of.
All right. Yes. So that covers everything for the. No, sorry. That covers the aftermath of the score. For the
Mhm.
crew, execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation. Yes. So we mark 1 for that. Contend with challenges of your current station.
Do we
Nah.
want to call it that?
Was it at our current
Brill
station?
himself, I don't know that he was specifically above your current station.
Okay.
Like you kind of like you cut the head off the snake instead of like you're not dealing with all the tentacles. That's not a snake anymore.
That's a
Anyway,
wrong.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
different game.
something that's well maybe it's a snake in Tycheros, but like yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, I'm not sure that Brill on his own was above your current station.
Okay.
Did you
And
bolster
it
your
went
crew's
that bad.
Yeah. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Were you strange or savvy in this?
Maybe I feel like we came with a good bit
You
of information.
tried for savvy, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that
it went
worked
sideways,
out.
and I don't know that was entirely because of
Yeah, I
y'all,
think
right?
neutral. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think any rep.
we'll take it.
The one guy who would have known about our reputation is now dead. So
Yeah.
what we left behind was not savvy at all.
Yeah. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think so.
Yeah, like
I think part of
we're
any
trying to spread our influence and deal with Crowsfoot. And
part of any crew's goal is to not have assholes in their hunting grounds.
yes,
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So try to on your character sheets you each have that 1 XP trigger that is specific to you. Do you know what that one is for yours?
Oh, yes. So for Ohm, it is addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
There was mayhem.
That's an
Yeah.
easy 2. That's an easy 2.
Yeah, I feel like I did a fair bit of relying on that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we can check 2 for that.
The technical skill in the first half with the masks, with the breakthrough, and then the mayhem in the latter half.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, I think.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we'll give 2 to Ohm for that. Demas, what was yours?
Mine is calculation or conspiracy. I don't know about that one.
You took some calculated risk.
Yeah, if we were taking that one meme that says the risk I took was calculated, but damn am I bad at math, then I think that's anything that Demas does ever. But I don't know. I'll take it or leave it.
I think it's fair to check it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll check one on that.
And Maribel.
Deception or influence? I've
And
tried
did
to
we?
do things with
Maybe influence.
until I had to shoot a guy in the head.
That was pretty straightforward. I don't think there was any deception in that. Well,
We still get to check 1 for that.
you
Yeah,
distracted
that's-
him. You distracted him first, and then you shot him.
Does that count?
I still think that's probably 1. Yeah.
I'll just take 1 influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Did anyone express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I would say for Demas cleaning up the hunting grounds and getting a lock on this wonder drug is definitely part of like what he considers to be his goals.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we now have the main ingredient. We can get the secondary ingredient from outside with a bucket.
Yeah, bucket. Yeah.
And we've got the formula. Like, we could take over this guy's enterprise.
Now we're not hawkers.
We
But we
could
could always
take
do
over.
it.
Yes.
We could always do
Yeah.
it anyway.
We could
Always
get
do
a
it
crew that
and-
hawk.
and
and
that pays
then-
us.
We could recruit a bunch of drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're gonna Walter White the fuck out of it. Just make sure you don't teach anybody else to make it,
Right.
because that's how you end up in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna burn all those notes and rewrite them in Tycherosi with my script and all that kind of stuff. So
Nice.
don't worry.
That's sick.
This is great. I think
Yeah,
I
anyone
did.
else?
I think I mean, I tried to go into this like being calm and cool and calculated about how we were going to do this, and that
Yeah.
didn't end well.
Well, and I think we could also argue it touches on your background because he is another
Is-
person to cross off your friends list.
We've made great progress in our campaign goal of emptying Maribel's contact
Yes.
list.
I'll just delete this one too.
What kind of friends do you have? Like, what is the label? What is the adjective?
Sly.
Okay, well, there aren't going to be any more sly friends in the city by the time this is done. Who's next?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Name one more person
Well,
off
you
your contacts
liked-
list so we can-
You liked Harker, right? So like,
Yeah, but we kind of need
Okay.
Harker
but
can
but
stay.
you have to turn on him
For now.
Yeah.
I would not mind tossing Stasia's name into this list of enemies.
If I had taken
Nice.
2 more stress, I'd be vicious right now, but I didn't. So I'm not yet vicious.
We're gonna find out what I am.
I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
super
Yes.
super hyped for that.
Yeah. Did Ohm express belief, drive, heritage, or background?
Hmm.
For that drive to get those masks done.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely a big part of like Ohm's whole background and everything like that. On the job though, like in the thing, I don't think he did very much.
What
regarding
it,
Yeah, but it's for the session,
Would-
so like that
yeah.
still
would
counts for
your
one.
would your obsession about that, like Leviathan blood and getting that, be part of your drive? Like what?
Yeah, I
think-
mean I did
Like I would say, what led that to be
So,
a fixation? Because
Ohm's intention during that scene was to paralyze this guy with poison. The two of you had him dead to rights. Ohm was going to do that, and he abandoned all of that to go secure the demon blood, the Leviathan blood. So yeah, that definitely completely changed the outcome of this scene. Because the
could
guy
be-
was paralyzed, then we
could be
could have just
trauma though.
Yeah,
that same
and
action.
yeah, and we talked earlier on about like that being kind of like, we come with the trauma trigger at the end, which is the next
Right.
next question that I get to hit.
Gotcha.
Which is who struggled with issues from your vice or trauma during the session? It's like ding, ding,
Yeah.
Davis, ding.
At
Yeah.
least once, because if I hadn't been cold, I probably would have tried to reason with this guy, but
Yeah.
it didn't matter enough to me to do that.
Why, it's a problem that we need to get taken care of.
No, those
Yeah,
don't go away.
there's no taking care of those. Yeah.
There's no taking
Of
care of that
traumas?
problem. No, that's
No.
it.
Yeah,
Traumas are the
yeah.
thing that like
Yeah.
your character can take level 4 harm and die, or when you hit 4 traumas, you are just too far gone to continue on as a character, and the character like wanders off into the night, right?
Those are permanent.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Hey,
Probably should
you're
have mentioned that
halfway
one
there.
I know.
sooner. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Ohm better finish these masks before I do anything stupid.
Yeah, or else somebody else is gonna have to play a tinker or a
Gosh.
leech
Oh
or
my
whatever.
gosh.
Yep.
So was that 1 or 2 for those?
um
Just one situation
I think
globally.
I know there was like I want to call like the in dealing with Brill, like that was like kind of one situation.
Mm-hmm.
And hi, I'm Mike and my brain sucks. I don't remember if there was something earlier on in the session that triggered it or not.
I don't think for me, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I was cold once. Well, for one whole scene.
Yeah. So now you're cold and
I'm just cold and I
just
haven't
cold. Okay.
I've still got 2
Yeah.
stress left before I take another trauma.
Yeah.
Ooh. Go do some creepy ghost thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go see the Hooded Proprietor next session.
Oh yes. Hang on. I'll get notes together. Like,
Hey, I maxed my stress, but I didn't go over it into trauma. That's okay, right?
That depends.
Like I maxed to stress.
I can look that up if you want while you're
yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
because the way I run it in my Scum and Villainy game is you have to roll over like wanted levels. Like I think you have to actually go over the max heat to get a wanted level.
I'm
or
fine
something.
with sticking by that. I don't
Okay.
remember if it's actually explicitly called out, but yeah, like
I'll double check. But
Your Maribel's teetering on the brink, unless you want to argue in favor of like taking a trauma because like all this crazy crap happened, and then like you get an extra XP trigger out of it.
just take one. Just do it.
I know I like the thought of being on the brink because I want to see if I can bring it back. Because like she's never gacked a guy before.
Just put that on the clock. If she doesn't deal with that trauma, it's just going to turn into
like an actual trauma.
Yeah.
We should do it, Mike. Let's do
I like
that.
the idea of that. When
I
a
don't
person
know what
marks
that
their last stress box is what it
Oh,
says
when
in
someone
the
marks
rule
their
book.
last stress box.
Is what it says in the rule book, but
Okay.
however you want to run it.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been so far any of the times that it's happened, it's always been when someone had enough to flip all the
Roll
way
over,
past.
yeah.
Cool. Let me
So
look
yeah,
at
I mean,
It's however you want to run it.
I'll ask Katrina then. It's like, do you want the trauma and reset that? Because you do get the extra XP trigger. Like,
You get the extra XP trigger and no stress to deal with in downtime.
yeah.
Right.
Which
Like,
is
because in
kinda nice.
downtime, like
Really?
at best, you're gonna go down to like 4, and then
Can
you'll still have a limit to it.
I will take the trauma, but I'd like to look at what the traumas are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Could someone give me a page number in the book?
Because
I have an idea,
page
but
14.
Wow, that's very early.
Right up front. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
here's what's gonna happen to you as
This
you play.
is-
Yeah,
this is a
stress
fundamental-
and trauma is a core aspect of the game. So
Yep.
it is right up front.
It is supposed to drag you down. And
You have
when you get
have
all
2 pages on
4
stress and trauma, and then they talk clocks. Like that's the game. That's what it's about.
what's crazy is I was trying to get all my research on for all the Sparkcraft stuff, and it's like, I don't know, a page. This is what Sparkcraft is. Good luck.
Yeah.
Not like a big formal item creation
Sparkcraft,
system.
magic, demons.
Yeah.
They're very like, make
Yeah.
them what you want for your game. So
Yep.
like, yeah.
Yep. But trauma, very well defined.
Yes.
I mean,
How you use stress, how you use what happens with trauma, and how clocks operate are very well defined.
it's like most of a page is what they
Yeah,
give you for trauma.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all dials for adjust the setting how you want it. But
I think I want to take haunted.
Okay.
Because I just shot a guy in the face and probably.
And he wasn't
I
like you didn't
watched-
you didn't like him,
watched
but like
Demas
he
do
also
it.
wasn't a stranger.
Oh my God.
Are you
We-
literally haunted though?
We have made a new rep. We keep shooting people in the face. Our group's name is Faceless.
Oh shit!
Plots within plots within plots. Oh my god.
It's a
Like,
double entendre.
like we are getting a rep for being really, really bitter about people's faces. We either are going to steal it into our masks, or we're going to shoot you in the face.
Because I would say we've almost seeded a third reputation of like vicious or whatever it is. There's something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was hoping to like be able to get the mask ready so I could start like getting other people's faces with it, to get the mask so that it's ready to key or copy someone else's face, but we keep shooting them in the face. So like, how can I do that now?
People's faces and then shoot them in the face.
Right, yeah, we need to change our order here, friends. We need to get better at our job.
Or just have a bunch of masks of people's faces with like holes in the middle.
Dude, Game of Thrones, come on, where do you think we're going with this? Big holes.
And we didn't want to roll a cult at the beginning. Could have just been straight up cult of the many-faced god. That's
Fuck.
we were talking about selling
So-
drugs and we're not hawkers. We're talking about taking faces and we're not a cult. Like, yeah.
We're back to strange, right? Or weird, or whatever it was. Okay, so is
Sad.
haunted okay with you, Mike?
Yes, that is fine.
Okay, so my stress goes back to 0.
Yep.
Great, and I get an XP. Yeah.
No. Next time, if you act on
Oh.
haunted, if haunted gets in the way of something else that you're doing, you'll earn XP.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
See, now I've got 2 XP farms, so it's going to be great.
Think of all the special abilities you'll be able to
Damn
take.
it.
I've
I
got
can't
2
wait to see
traumas
your next
every
character.
single game.
Brutal is the rep.
Oh,
That is
that's-
brutal.
I
think
feel like
we've
that's reasonable
that.
to add that.
yeah.
one,
I really think that we are not. We keep going in with some brute force when, like, I was thinking about it afterwards. Like, he was distracted. I could have just paralyzed him,
Yeah.
And then we rifled through his stuff, and we'd have been all quiet about it. It's, no, we got to like pop up in the mouth and draw guns.
We're gonna try to talk to him and have a conversation. No, we drug him and we go rifle through his drawers. Yeah. Like,
I feel like Demas will
Yeah.
consider this in the future and be like, maybe we should think about our plans. Wait, maybe I should think about it. That's kind of my job.
That's your job.
I need to remember this calculation and conspiracy. I'm playing my spider like a cutter,
Oh yeah.
which is not. If I go to jail, I can play whoever I want, so it's fine.
Yeah. You say, do we want to have a conversation about playbooks later? Like,
Yes, because I think 3 of us are like, should we go to jail?
I am straight up like if I go to jail, I'm straight up just gonna make a cutter to fill in,
Mm.
and he's gonna be great. Like Demas is like a bladed instrument, right?
Mhm.
Like it's still
Not
gonna
lately.
commit violence, but it's gonna be precise, or it's gonna be like there. This cutter is gonna be a blunt instrument.
yeah.
Good.
The cutter is not like, oh, here is my fine-edged blade. The cutter is like, I have a brick. Like,
I have a brick. What are you doing later?
Yeah.
Nothing now.
uh,
Good
Okay.
times.
oh, so that's what I have for tonight, and I think we've gone well long.
What is my trauma? My
So-
second
What do you
trauma.
want? What do you want?
I'm thinking soft.
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 Because y'all have been killing a lot of folk.
Wait, we've each only killed one person.
That's a lot of folk. That's 1,000% more than I have. Okay. And I think that
1,000 times 0 is still 0.
fair. All right. I just feel like Styx has been very soft. Like Styx is ornery, but
That
like
makes sense to me. I think Styx being like, no, I'm here to create, I'm here to craft, I'm not here to kill.
right.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
And I think that balances really well against the party,
Yeah.
because there will be moments when like it really should be Styx needs to pull this trigger and Styx won't be able to do it.
Yeah, because I also feel like Demas is heading further and further into that realm of violence.
Right.
And like even gravitating more to people who feel the same, like Ulf and stuff like that. So I feel like Styx pulling that other direction is good.
Now I'm way more into it because now there's like conflict. Like they both clearly have like a familiarity with each other, like a good rapport. But now they're like diverting in different directions because of their traumas.
I didn't quite make it to Vicious yet though, so that stays.
That'll come next.
Once Vicious hits, it's like it's not let's go have a conversation. It's I walk in and he's already dead. Like I've already pulled the trigger. Like I go out of my way to cause physical harm.
Yeah, and it'd be nice because Styx will be going out of their way to make it so that harm doesn't fall to anybody if they can. Yeah, cool. I'm into this now. I'm really into this this conflict.
This is wonderful.
Blades in the dark, ladies and gentlemen. Blades in the dark.
I think Blades in the Dark, if we were talking about those stances, I think Blades in the Dark puts you in author stance a lot more than some other games I've played. Like it puts you more in that, how can I find trouble for my character? And how can I make this story more interesting? Not like better for us, but how can I make it more interesting for us? I think that's great. Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
Well,
yeah. So we've been here on the High Shelf Gaming channel.
Yes.
HighShelfGaming.com.
Yeah, we're actually a podcast, and this is like our side gig is streaming. But this is so much fun.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
We do so many. Yeah.
Yeah. So just for everybody who's on, we do on Monday nights is Tales from the Loop, run by Katrina, and everybody else in this game is also in that one, and except for me, I'm not in that one
Yet. But we'll get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Someday.
Yeah.
And then we're running Cyberpunk starting up again this coming weekend. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday will be our next game, starting chapter 2.
25th.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Of our Cyberpunk game. And on May 1st, we're doing a charity event. We are raising money for the Carcinoid Foundation, which is a type of cancer. And we're going to be running Traveler, which is a space opera game. Be going there to raise funds. We're giving away a ton of stuff. We're giving away signed books.
You can make someone talk like Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Yes. If you donate money.
We have a person that has a pretty good Christopher Walken impression. So I think it's like $5 to get him to say anything you want or something like that.
I'm talking specifically to everyone who came from Nullmass's stream. Be there.
Yes.
Be square.
It'll be so good. So we are doing a bunch of stuff. Really good.
Prizes and donations and all that stuff. So
they totally got way more stuff to give away than is reasonable.
I don't even know how we're gonna give it all away, honestly. Like we're just gonna have to stop every 5 minutes and be like, all right, who wants, dice? Donate some money. All right, we got dice. All right, you got some dice. All right, who wants this? Because we have a lot of stuff to give away, like Roll20 subs. We have money from Drive-Thru RPG, signed books from the author of Traveler, like just
dice.
Yes,
everybody loves dice.
So many dice.
Doesn't even matter what kind. I know all you like dice.
Yeah. It's going to be incredible. I feel kind of like we should raid somebody because we have so many people here.
Yeah.
Is there a let me scour the Twitches for a raid target. And by all means.
Thanks, Liz. That's nice.
Hey, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
What a good bunch of folks.
Yeah. My kind of go-to has been Happy Jacks RPG. Because they play, I think on these nights they play.
It's like 5e.
Oh, they're playing 5e today. What about Cave Geek Art? What are they up to right now? Oh, Breath of the Wild.
That's chill. That's nice.
Yeah. All right.
It's the
Well,
opposite of everything that happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our scrambled murder of this guy. Yeah.
A little palate cleanser for everyone.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to raid this lovely artist over here that is currently playing Breath of the Wild. So I'm going to load that up and let us all go hang out with them.
Thanks all for
Anybody who
coming.
anybody who newly subbed, there's a coin emote for this channel. That's
Yes.
Yes.
just toss coins to your artist that we're
Yes.
about to raid.
Yes.
It's
Let us
like
do
the
it.
it's like the Witcher song.
Yes.
So
Toss
do
an
it.
HSG coin to your favorite artist. Here we
Yes.
go. I'm hitting the raid button now.
Bye.
Great.